The Truth Commission marching down the stairs of a mall.
They're on the escalator. With the common drive. I'd rather have had that now. What a honky on common to be talking about.
Honky would have loved these.
If you take one bump, it's all made a job. My word, what a group.
Hello and welcome back to the only podcast that exclusively rebooks, reviews and reimagines the worst of wrestling's past. We are Better Call Creative, and as ever I am joined to my left by the tank. It is Chat.
It's not even the man.
Hello. I couldn't think of three bulls.
Punisher.
And to my right by Sniper.
In his flat jacket and in his shirt and tie, and you can be the rap man.
Yeah. Dog. What was his?
Recop.
No, I mean he had a catchphrase as B2, didn't he?
Booyah!
Booyah!
Not my dog give me rabies. I'm surprised they picked that when he was on Cena's This Is Your Life in 20
Oh, I did think about putting that in, but it was too sad for me.
Yeah.
Too sad for me too.
This is yours. You forgave it.
This intro has gone off kilter, but if that doesn't give you an idea of who we are reviewing today, well, I have the power, and it is the podcast that we've been building to over the last 200 episodes. It is the pinnacle. It is Bull Buchanan. Have you had any enjoyment?
There were some little bits, but it was very dull.
Jack,
There's some fucking mad things happening in these matches.
Oh, God.
There is right at the end. I'm not confused with that.
There's some stuff happening.
The ending's brilliant. That's the most modern thing. What the fuck's going on here?
Where is it? Oh, never mind.
I love it when they go over to Japan and just, you know what, we're going to have a lot of shrimp because they all pork out, don't they?
Oh, God. And they just have the SmackDown from 2003.
Oh, Japan never change. But before we reach Japan, we've got a lot to discuss because we are looking at the whole career. Yes! It's a Bull Buchanan podcast. We do the whole career of Bull Buchanan. Every match he ever did. No, it's not quite every match. It's certainly.
Once you saw one, you saw every match.
He does a kick. He walks up that rope and turns, and sometimes he flips over a backdrop. Every now and again he might stumble. Anyway, Bull Buchanan was born on the 15th of January 1968, which will make him
six.
Same age as Mummy. So yeah, because he was born a month after Mum.
No, Mum was born 67.
December 15th, and he was born January 15th of 1968.
Oh, okay.
So he was born 1 month directly after Mum. So there you go.
So it could have been our dad. That's what you're telling me.
Yes, if only, If only, because Dad can't walk that rope.
Jesus Christ.
And the UK, US, and Australia's
Bloody hell.
number ones. It's the 60s. Have a word. Who do you think is
Cliff.
number one?
Elvis.
No.
Beatles.
The Beatles.
The Beatles.
With Hello, Goodbye. Hello, Goodbye.
Sums up Bull's career, though.
I did look at Kane's match, and I know they do it for every wrestler, but it makes me smile even more with him because you go on career highlights. It says debut and then last match.
Nothing happens.
That really does.
It sums him up.
He was a bit like Mr. Ben. He had a lot of outfits.
pants.
He did. Every now and again he'd wear some leather hot pants or, hey, here's a new tag team, we've redesigned them.
And
They're
as if by magic, bits of it.
But Canada, they had their own number one. They did not go with the Beatles, they went with the Union Gap. Woman.
What?
Woman.
Woman? I thought they was a bit more progressive, Canada.
Yeah.
Oh, the Union of Women.
The Union Gap. Union of Women. The 60s are over. West Bromwich Albion, well, they played Liverpool.
Oh,
This day,
bloody
yeah,
hell.
the day of the Bull
Reckoning.
The day of reckoning. It ended 4-1 to Liverpool.
Hey, at least we all played
Because it's a fucking podcast. We never fucking win.
I think we won the cup that year.
In the
I
60s.
think we won it first time. Or was it 65?
Was that Shankly? It'd have been Shankly.
I think it was, yeah. Shankly.
The
The
shank.
Shanky.
Yeah.
Shanky.
Well, no, it's not. We're not doing a Shanky podcast, not just yet. Anyway, that might be next year. We are looking at the career of one Bull Buchanan, who entered.
What was top in the box office?
No, unfortunately, it was a film I'd never heard of, so I didn't
exist.
think to mention it. There was a lot of like smuttiness in the.
Oh yeah.
It was all like the secretary with a bit of leg and stuff. Hey, have a bit of that.
Carry on, Bull.
Yeah, that's why you come out censoring everything. I haven't done of these.
I remember the 60s. Oh, you know.
So, Bull Buchanan, he entered the world of wrestling in 1995, entering the independent scene as
The Punisher.
the Punisher, yes. So, the most generic. You're slightly big. We will call you the Punisher.
You're a Rodney Plonker.
You're a Rodney Plonker. Get a mask on. You're obviously going to be Lord Humongous 3. So yes, and he was sent through. Well, he went through a few of the independents, which there weren't that many really in the
995.
One of which being Smokey Mountain and Jim Cornette, who was running a stable called the Militia at the time, dressed in cameo gear, and he was feuding with
Cameo, where he had a red cod piece. Word up.
Camo. Sorry, cameo.
Cameo.
Yow, pretty lady.
I wish Cornette had invented to that. That would have got that Bull would have been over forever if his theme song was Word Up. That would have been amazing. You know who should have had Word Up as their entrance theme? Fucking Bob. Bullet Bob Armstrong. You're so old, Bob.
Oh my word.
You've got a son, Brad, who's one of the best.
I know.
Why are you?
All the Armstrongs are good workers, but Bob will not let that spotlight go, will he?
I'm better than you.
I do
Remember that.
I think Smokey Mountain would probably be my favourite promotion if every single video you watch wasn't handheld fan footage. Why didn't they record things? So yes, we're sadly watching a very drunken southerner in the crowd, and it's James E. Cornette in camo here, and he leads out the Punisher. He puts over the Punisher, and he's going to punish Bob tonight. Do you get it? Take that, Russo.
Punish his people.
Bob's out. He's a very, very old man who looks in good shape and struts and shimmies, and I dare say minces. Well,
It's a good job he's
bit
He'll be after you.
of mincing.
Rob Dog will hear this.
He loves a mince. He's wearing a big orange singlet, not quite Mr. Perfect, and he tries immediately
Mr. Adequate.
to go for the main feud, which is with Cornette. He's immediately beaten down by the big bad Punisher man. Big clubs, and Bob is sent to the outside to get choked by Cornette and his racket. And then Punisher flips through a backdrop impressively. I'm saying it now, impressively. This guy's got talent. Drops a knee. European uppercut, and we
Golden buzzer.
we repeat the heel work outside, but Corny now takes a bump. Punisher misses his top rope leg drop, and Bob lays in chops and decks him. Then members of the Militia, I'm not quite sure who they are out. They distract and allow Cornette to use the racket, but there's no sell from Big Bad Bob. Punisher, though, has a foreign object. He clocks Bob with it and wins the match quite quickly over Bullet Bob. Did we enjoy the first match of
First of many of
Buchanan.
Bull. Well, you know, it was all right. He didn't have to do a lot. He's impressive with his flip. I wonder if he'll do that again. And then I just probably wouldn't have had him win by using a foreign object.
Yeah,
He's a big man. Just
Do a big
you've got the distraction with with rackets from Jim, so I just had him grab him and fall down or something like that.
That's exactly what I would have done as well. I don't think it matters too
It
much.
don't matter too much. It's, you know, there's only 12 people there. Yeah, I'd have preferred that. Is this for the belt? Does he win the belt here? Or?
No, he does
He
become Smokey Mountain brass nut champ or whatever they call it. They don't ever have like real world champions. Southern wrestling. The bull rope champ.
6 flags, half a crown champion. 6 flags, half a crown. Top dog eating world champion.
Sam, you were really offended the last time we watched Smokey Mountain on the phone camera. You didn't like the Heavenly Bodies versus the...
Oh, that's because I got annoyed because there was tagging in and out of the cage match.
Yeah, but it was brilliant.
And the
Heavenly
fucking...
Bodies.
Yeah, but
I might bring
rock
them
and
back.
roll was the faces that working in nonsense.
Did you
I don't
enjoy
like the
this one?
promotion. This match was okay for what it was.
You don't like the promotion? I
don't mind the promotion. That's what I said. But it was all right. It was the right length. I'm gonna say I couldn't.
Maybe more than a minute. Match.
No, I mean you call around. Go about 15, 20 minutes with an old back.
So, Bob, he got his shit in. He done that
right length. It was okay.
Yeah. Well,
you'll hear that a lot.
Well, on the back of this, straight to WWF. Of course he is. They did have a working agreement, and he did spend some time in. I think at this point they were like the OVW, weren't they? USWA in Memphis, because they sent Rock down there and a few other Papa Shango and stuff. Yeah. So they did send the.
Fantasia.
Well, they sent Bull down there and also the Truth Commission, which was an idea given to Vince McMahon by Bret Hart.
Oh,
racist Bret.
He's the one that bought the
Bret come up with this.
Yeah, because he was mates with this commandant who's just an actor, and that's why they just had the gimmick. Because he's
Bret South African, saying he's this amazing professor of wrestling, and he come up with this shit.
Yeah, but they did have to get rid of it. They did have to change it later because he couldn't take bumps.
Who cares? I don't care that them South African people.
Yeah, we've got a big long history of South African American rivalry. Oh dear. The vignettes would start to play. They would head north and they would debut on an episode of Shotgun Saturday Night.
Where we think here. We got Shotgun. They got so many factions.
They am in the main event. But, like, what has Shotgun Saturday Night become at this point? It literally is just jacked and metal.
Hillman was on commentary.
He was for a bit, but he beat up a fan.
Yeah.
Got kicked out. I think they were wanting to do it initially, like, where they went to different areas, but then they just thought, this is pain in the arse. Let's just film it before Raw.
Yeah. Hey, the Truth Commission marching down the stairs of a mall.
They're on the escalator. With a common drive.
I'd rather have had that now. What a honky on commentary.
Honky would have loved these.
If you take one bump, I've been so mad at you. My word, what a group.
Oh dear. Did you see the episode was dedicated to?
Oh God, I didn't see it at the start.
Stan Stasiak.
Oh yes, I saw that. I looked at it. I thought, what?
Yeah. Poor Stan. It's a fitting tribute to the man.
You like this shit.
Former world champion.
Yeah. So, as Sam correctly said, JR's without a broadcast partner because Brian Pillman has attacked a fan.
Brett was on this. Warren.
A lot of things happened on this show.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it all. I couldn't. The Truth Commission marches. And the Truth Commission in this current form are Recon, otherwise known as Bull Buchanan. He is Recon. Tank, who is really, really misshapen in that gear. But it's Mantar, isn't it? Yeah.
With a mask.
Yeah, the Greek
Why
man.
does he need a mask?
No
We
idea.
can't let people know it's Mantar.
He should come out with a ball neck still on.
He should have had a mask over the bull's mask. So it should have been completely black, but obviously shaped like a bull.
Never know. Tank.
Oh dear. And the interrogator, who will later become Kurgan.
The one that clearly Vince looked at and went, I think he's the one
Just
that
couldn't come up with that because we've got interrogator.
Yeah.
Rika.
Tank. Poor Tank. I mean, they just literally just pulled that name out of the. It's slightly militia related.
Yeah.
We'll call him Tank.
That'll do.
Army man, you.
Yeah, they thought they'd call him like sort of barbed wire or something like that. So they're led out by the commandant.
Mine.
Yeah, mine, yeah.
Trench.
Trench foot. That's who it should have been. Trench foot. They're led out by the commandant, who's an actor.
What's a commandant?
Trench.
Trench.
That's what Trench. What a group. In El Brett.
Yeah,
The best there is, the best there was, better ever will be.
The weird thing, really, though, is that all I know of Brett is that he's done a couple of acting pieces. One as a cowboy in Lonesome Dove or whatever,
Yeah.
and then the genie, obviously, in Aladdin.
That was on stage.
Yeah. Well, how did he meet this commandant? Because I don't think this commandant
he
was
might have
in
been
the
on
Lonesome Dove.
On a tour of South Africa.
Ah,
I think
okay.
we're obviously because he was mates with him.
Mad at it. It really is mad. I mean, he does look a bit lovely boy, doesn't he? I mean, it's.
There's got a bit of Tim Curry up there.
So we do hear from the commandant first, which is lovely. He says the US was great, but then they gave unlimited rights to everyone. Naturistic
Subtlety.
Yes. Oh yes, subtlety, like getting smashed in the face with a pickaxe. The nature is decreed. There will always be leaders and those who will be dominated. He promises to dominate the athletes of the WWF.
Fantastic.
You can't take a bump. Pick off.
Is that why he left?
Yeah, because he couldn't take bumps. So I thought, well, we need somebody who can take a bump.
Jesus. I mean, did they not know that when they hired him, though, in fairness to him? I mean, he didn't come and say,
I think he probably left maybe around Survivor Series when somebody else left.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true.
Brett,
He said,
Brett,
I'm
fuck
off
off
with
and
him.
take your
That's
mate
it.
with you.
You're telling me?
Yeah.
That's why Vince. That was what Vince's final straw. He keeps bringing these fucking actors in. Get him out.
This kills two birds.
Oh.
We want three birds with the same money. Keep the belt and get rid of the commandant.
Oh, amazing. So, the team they are facing is Al Brown, Gene Miller, and Terry Richards. Anyone spot who Terry Richards was?
Rhino.
Yeah, the Rhino
Rhino v
Richards.
Tank.
Amazing, innit? Tank and Rhino. Tank dominates him with the shoulder tackles and a hip toss, but he does get a little bit of offence, Rhino. He rallies a little bit. He's hit with a neck breaker, though. Miller and Recon take over now as Recon hits a nice standing side kick and a Hurricane Rana. Kurgan, the interrogator, hits an elbow and a clothesline in the corner, and that's him done. He's out of moves now.
Oh no, he's got one left.
So we'll save that,
I'll save that.
because we might
That's
see it
for the
we
pay-per-view.
might see that a few more times. Tank beats up Al Brown now. Brown tries to slam. Silly Al Brown. He's squashed down. And then the interrogator tags in just so he can hit his finish, which is the sidewalk slam. And that is that. That's what I would do as a dominant big man as well, is a sidewalk slam. Jesus
Well, what was
Christ.
the thing where they said they want him to leave his feet at all? Not even for a move. And he did that move. He kept doing that move.
Yeah,
They
well,
told
that's
him
your
not to
finish,
leave
yeah.
his feet.
Yeah.
What's his special defense? The boot.
I suppose he could do the claw, couldn't
Yeah,
he?
because
The claw.
that's what it become later. But
The
he
claw.
kept doing it because they were saying at the Rumble when Shamrock knocked him off his feet, that's the first time he's left his feet on an offensive move or something like that. Because they had to qualify it after.
Why do they really think people care. Like, I don't give a shit.
Fucking awful.
Well, he's an actor now.
I mean, there ain't a lot to say about a squash match, but do you want to say something?
Yeah, it's crap. It's a very good debut. Like, Tank gets beat up. He's the big fatter, and he gets beat up.
Well, I get the feeling that he's the heater for the group, and he's the big bastard.
And obviously, it's 4 people designed to just get Kurgan over already.
That is the career of Bull Buchanan.
Clearly, that's what Vince looked at that group and went, I know which one I'm for.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, and the thing is, he's so uncoordinated, and we will see how uncoordinated this group is in a minute.
Okay.
But he is so uncoordinated. I like Kurgan. I can understand why they pushed him, but he's so green. Like, he needs a couple of years away from here. Like, he's so green.
The veteran of the group.
Yeah, exactly. He's the workhorse. So it's gang war times, and of course that meant that they're going to be facing a team at Survivor Series, and they were put, because obviously they're a white militant group, what they did is they put them against
the Nazis.
The Nazis.
I
thought they'd just all hug and have a beer. This is confusing. Yeah. So, we've replaced the Commandant with, again...
He smelt what was coming. Here, Brett. I think you might want to watch out here, pal.
Don't let him put it hold on, Brett. So they're replacing with the Jackal, who I do love Don Callis. I like how much he tried with the Jackal character, but, like, the moment you shove with the Truth Commission, you're fucked. Like, these just do not... Why is he with the Truth Commission?
Johnny Paolo with the Quebecers.
Yeah,
it's a bit like, why are you here?
Yeah,
where is Tank?
Well, he wanted to be... He was going to be bought in.
I thought that was going to be on the sign, but it wasn't.
He ran into one of them catchers. Stuck.
Got blew up.
So we've had to get sniper.
Yeah. The Ugandan army took that tank out. I mean, I do like Don Callis. I think there was a lot of money in the Jackal that they lost because he could definitely talk, and he was very much of the time. He was very much, attitude era.
David Koresh it was based on.
Yeah. But the moment you shove him with a fucking Truth Commission, he's dead.
You're a cult leader. What have you done with the racist army?
So, as Jack just hinted, we have sadly shed a tank. We've lost the tank, but we have picked up a sniper because
who is this man?
So it's Luke Poirier. Now, do you want to know about Luke Poirier? He was the man who replaced Otto Vons as the top man in the CWA.
You can't replace Otto Vons.
Times have changed. Go on to fat man.
Otto Vons tank.
I don't think he's tanky.
Luke Poirier was.
That's what he would be. He won't be walking tank
in a atomic bomb.
Atomic bomb.
Yeah.
The bouncing bomb. Otto Von.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm sure there was a wrestler called the bouncing bomb.
Fucking group. Dan Buster over it. He was named Rambo in CWA, and he was like a proper top star in Germany.
Oh, no.
He's French Canadian. Luke Poirier.
Yeah, he's French.
Yeah.
Why the Germans bother me?
There must not have been a lot of talent in Germany.
No. I mean, he's very stiff, isn't he? Like, he's very, very stiff. I think it's
very forgettable.
Yeah, it's very forgettable. He really is forgettable. This event, obviously, Survivor Series 97, big famous for one thing, which is
Crush's last match.
No, the Undertaker is not a homo. That is the greatest sign confirmed in the world. That when they walk out and you've got them marching and the fan sticks his arm out with a sign, the Undertaker is not a homo.
This is the moment to let the world know.
I got to protect him from the truth.
Was he on this event?
Nah. No, he wore.
Jesus.
How do you know?
That he wore there because he was. I but that fan.
Oh, God. That was probably...
That game!
Oh, dear.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah, 97. What a world. Kurgan the Interrogator is put over big by JR and Lawler. There's no doubt who the breakout stars are going to be. The DOA have bought out their hogs, which get a nice reaction, but they're also polite. They park them up.
Yeah. sequel. Tripod.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, dear.
Somebody should have kept coming out of it to try and do it. Trying to parallel park it.
Oh dear. So, Kurgan and Chains start us off. Main event, Brian Lee. Here we go.
Brian Lee.
He gives the big man 10, avoids a charge. He tries a clothesline down Kurgan, but he runs into a sidewalk slam. And main event is off to the back. Recon, and I think it's 8 Ball, Toil. Jackal wants in. So Jackal, by the way, is the 4th man in this group, we should explain. He wants in, he hits a top rope knee drop, but 8 Ball no-sells it. 8 Ball hits a sidewalk slam. I mean, someone have a word with him. We're trying to get over this bloke's move. You've won with it, you idiot.
I thought everyone's going to win with this sidewalk slam in this match.
Oh dear. So yeah.
Crush does one though.
I think he does later, yeah. His is a bit more twirly though, isn't it? The Jackal's gone. Sniper takes over, hits a crossbody. Crush gets tagged in.
Well, he ain't gone, he's on commentary.
Well, yeah, exactly. He heads over to commentary. Crush's in, he hits a slam to Recon. There's 2 big leg drops, a big belly to belly for a 2. Recon tries to do his back body flip, but no, he drops on his arse. Yeah, that's the last time we do that. He flops and then he runs headfirst into, I think it's Skull, and he's clothesline down, and, well, that eliminates him. So he gets eliminated by a clothesline. Sniper's in.
That's what happens in Survivor Series.
Yeah, Sniper's in. Skull and 8 Ball hit a double spine buster. Kurgan distracts because he's the big man, he's got to distract. Sniper hits a bulldog on 8 Ball. That eliminates 8 Ball. Crush is doing his hair as he's tagged in, which is brilliant. And he locks in a head scissors. The interrogator's in. There's a sidewalk slam and Skull's gone. So it's Crush 2-on-1 against Sniper and the interrogator. Crush hits a tilt-the-world sidewalk slam and eliminates Sniper. And then Kurgan immediately gets in and he hits a sidewalk slam and eliminates Crush. Oh God!
5 stars.
My word! My God! That was
shit.
It's got to be one of the worst matches.
We've had a
Colonel. Everybody was saying Crush left the Fed on this because of.
We crown them the worst team, but if we do the Wrestle Cup worst Survivor Series match, this will win. It's bad. Like even that one with Jimmy Snooker and the chairs. The one with the fake razor DQ. That would have been 2 people go out there. It's like right. If they'd have done that here, I would have been more satisfied than I was.
Even the never-ending night match.
Oh God!
And the clowns.
Yeah, there's some bad.
The clown.
But like. This is terrible.
Oh, it's awful.
This is really, really, really
just
bad.
Have Kurgan run through them all if that's what they want.
That's exactly what they should have done.
Yeah, then the DOA eliminate the other 3. And then
I wouldn't even do that, but I know you might be. I mean, I think they wanted to keep the DOA strong. They didn't want to sack. Why? Like, just let.
Well, if you're building that bloke, if they're going to hurt him, that Kurgan beats.
Yeah, just let him absolutely massacre him.
Take Sniper who's beat them.
Like Kurgan. And I don't quite get why they have the Jackal in to eliminate him as well. The idea with all of this, didn't Bobby Heenan do it when he was with Arn Anderson and that sort of stuff?
Yeah, because he replaced Tully because Tully got fired.
So you either build to him having to fight. Yeah, you either build to him having to fight or he wins. That's the point. Yeah. You can't have him just get beat by Skull.
That'll do.
Like having Bobby. Right, that's that story.
Yeah, gone. It's just it's so bad, this match. I couldn't believe when I was watching it. I thought at some point this is going to heat up. No, it's not. It's terrible. No, and everyone looks so bumbly. They all look so.
It is very clunky.
No one got over.
Yeah, and that's it. It doesn't feel. You don't come out thinking, "Oh, that he's a fucking
Kurgan.
He's going to kill them all." He is with that devastating sidewalk slam. Jesus,
where's Tank?
So
that'll
be the next sign next
year. Where's Tank? Next to Taker is not a homo.
Don't worry.
Next to Taker is not a homo. And why was Axe's hair so good at some of the Survivor Series 1990?
What a weird match there.
Yeah. So the Truth Commission were very, very much pushed behind Kurgan now. And as we start rounding the corner into Mania season, I don't even think that was in the Rumble, were they?
Kurgan was in it.
Kurgan was in it, the other two.
He'd already just become
On his own, yeah.
But he'd shedded all the Truth Commission gear, hadn't he?
Yeah.
Which is it's very strange. But they are still a stable in some form or fashion. Yeah, we haven't got there yet.
Match.
No, the tag match.
Yeah, not quite yet. So they did start to allow Recon to have his own singles match. They never seemingly did it with Sniper.
No.
There is a weird four-way dance that I nearly done, which is like Chains, Recon, Jesus, and like one of all these. Like Velo or something. It's just.
I wonder who's working that match.
Oh dear.
They had some terrible, terrible matches on Raw. I tell you, how they started beating. They cannot afford Stone Cold. How much they deserve to pay that man, because this company is shit. Oh dear. Steve Blackman, I love Steve Blackman's cool glow sticks. It's a brilliant thing. See this man. I just love how you've got this like techno-y, really cool thing done by the most boring human being in the planet.
How serious he looks.
He's so serious.
I'll put these away now.
I've got to fight.
I'm going to beat somebody up.
Don't worry, we won't have to watch much of it because Sniper marches to the ring with Recon. Recon tries to send Blackman to the outside as Jackal and Kurgan's theme starts playing.
When that started playing, I thought, this must be really quick. It might just be a running and then picking up.
Yeah, I thought this might be where
we can hear it.
Up or something.
Well, I thought it was. That was why I watched it. I didn't realise it just carries on.
So them two are not bothered.
Piss off, Jackal. This match.
Yeah, Jackal drops from the sky on a podium, which is a cool looking thing. And again, I stand by it. He's such a good promo. He's the sociopath, and he does get a little bit rambly. Just sort of like saying, "You're a sociopath."
I don't know what goes on, but this match just goes on. It's like he's finished his promo and I'm still fighting.
Yeah. Recon is handling
he only stops when he's lost.
Well, I think that's the point. I think he'd ran out of things to say.
He should have went, bloody hell, this match is going long.
Recon is handling Blackman with leg drops, but we can't watch it anyway. Jackal tells the WWF to fear him. Sniper works over Blackman outside. Jackal says the WWF only understands violence, and then he says he's turned Recon and Sniper into headliners, is what he says. No, you haven't. Blackman with a big kick, he misses an elbow. I mean, this match, why are they doing this? What's that sequence for? Why are you doing the missed elbows? Recon misses a twisting splash, and Blackman locks in his sort of armbar wrist lock thing. And Recon taps. Jackal's not very happy. He berates Sniper and Recon and then slaps the taste out of Recon's mouth. Recon's not very happy. I'm thinking, well,
face turn.
This is his face turn.
Here comes Kurt.
But he can't bring himself to attack him. And then that's it. Nothing else happens.
Yeah.
Did they get on the game? The attitude game.
Kurgan did as an oddity.
The theme did for the acolytes for some reason. They did have the acolytes.
Did Bull Buchanan ever appear on a video game?
The right to censor SmackDown 2.
What about as B squared? Was he ever?
No.
Take it off.
He was only there for about 2 months.
Yeah, sorry, but I don't think I've done
you got on one of the
match choices for you here, pal. Yeah, I mean, it's good character development for Don Callis, but like the match is so irrelevant, and even then, it doesn't look very good.
No, I mean, it looks shit, and then he's going on, and then his promo's finished, but he's got to carry on because they're still working.
It's not fucking time and egg.
Match is fucking only lasted.
Why don't you just come on the Titantron? You could have had a long one and edited it.
Well, matches go on for 2 minutes then, and they have like 5. That's just weird. Yeah. And Recon, he starts working the crowd at one point, and you're thinking, there's a promo going on. No one's watching you. lose so we can get to the point.
Get to the armbar.
Why are we doing like the missed elbow and
Yeah.
missing the twisty splash?
Oh, I couldn't
He's
understand.
spewing on about jewels and things here.
Yeah, I just could not get it.
It was absolutely bonkers.
After one of my notes is this was pointless.
Yeah,
It's
it
just
really was.
bonkers.
It was.
Well,
Why is he even?
I
Vince
thought-
Russo wrote that.
I looked
Oh,
at
of course it
the matches and stuff, and I was kind of trying to work out when they have obviously disbanded. And I thought it was this match, but obviously it wasn't.
No, I think it was later
It
on.
must have just ended, hasn't it?
Well, they appear
I think they do.
They appear in the
promo
Mania.
backstage, so
They appear at Mania though, as in that tag team battle.
yeah. Kurgan knocks him out,
And
even though he ain't.
yeah, Kurgan knocks out Recon and Sniper. So
Yeah.
there is
I
like.
don't want to see him fight though. Let's just end it and forget about it. I'm not looking
Well, in
for a
fairness-
Kurgan Sniper match.
In fairness,
You
that's
know
what they
what
did. In
That's
fairness,
all they did.
what they did then is after having built this at Mania, the next week they are Armageddon. So, like, they've immediately
I
dropped
think
that.
that was Armageddon at Mania.
How were
I think
they?
it was before when they just did a promo backstage where because I
They
think
got
we
on
watched it.
Armageddon. They got on Mania as Armageddon.
Look, it was a 15-team battle royal. One of the teams was Blackman and Flash Funk.
Do as Farouk.
No, well, Farouk was with Kama.
Oh.
They was one of only two teams to get a live entrance on the show when it went live. The other one was the return of LOD,
Yeah, LOD.
who won it.
Yeah. More on LOD on a future podcast. But anyway, we're watching Armageddon and the Quebecers now. I'm not even going to explain how we've got here. They are a team called Armageddon now. I don't quite get the ideology behind Armageddon. They just have a cross on them and wear robes. They're like
what religious are they now?
I think they're trying to get them over as like druids kind of thing, but like.
face.
Yeah, well, that's my point. The stylisation makes you think
It's like the
healed.
Final Testament.
Yeah, but
basically.
Yeah, a little bit like that, but at least there's a
They're fighting the Mountie.
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, well, he's not the Mountie, he's the fat Quebecer
And
now.
the Quebecers, they just come back from
What a
WCW
strange.
as the amazing French Canadians.
They're not amazing.
They could be called the Quebecers, so there was the amazing French
The
Canadians.
Quebecers are not the Mounties. They don't look like Mounties. They're wearing blue and are very fat. The former Truth Commission have been repackaged. We've got JR and Cornette on the commentary. Is this Heat? Shotgun. No, this is Shotgun
I thought
again.
this was Raw.
No.
Joke, yeah.
Well, the
Jesus.
It was
Quebecers,
like 10 minutes.
Quebecers did fight on Raw.
Yeah,
Against Cactus and Chainsaw.
I was going to say,
You
they had a
ain't
match.
giving this match 10 minutes on Raw, have you?
They had a match No Way Out against the Godwins, didn't they? No. And both of them was heel. Work that out.
What a run.
It's so people they think, oh, one of these could replace Sean in the main event. Jacques.
They're calling Poirier now, which means you've got Poirier or Poirier or whatever.
Yeah. Like Poirier.
No, Poirier, the sniper.
Sniper?
That's his
Oh.
name, Poirier.
Gus Poirier.
And so they're calling him
Poirier.
Poirier, and then you've got Pierre, and you've got Jacques. It's like the Frenchest match in the world.
Buchanan.
Buchanan, yeah. So Poirier is crushed by Pierre in the corner. I do like Pierre's stylisation with the eye patch.
Yeah.
He looks a little bit cool.
I am both
Jacques.
making mixed together.
Jacques.
I am the pirate
He's-
and the Canadian.
Literally hanging on to that hair.
Yeah, it was balding there. I thought he'd cut it like that, then all of a sudden there's the pony.
Yeah, he's a pony. Pierre hits a Brett rope clothesline. Cornette puts over Pierre's agility. But then Poirier hits a slam. Bull hits a big boot and a double elbow, and Jacques is in. He's,
The double big boot.
yeah, the double
He
big
goes
boot.
with the wrong leg.
Yeah, both of them.
He's supposed to go with his legs. He goes with his right over here.
So he could have just run through the middle of it.
Yeah,
Right into his ball.
bloody hell, Bull.
Yeah, you've got one thing to do, pal. Jock is in, but he's shoulder tackled down. Jock's now just stop. Well, he does a kip up first of all and drop kicks down, and then decides, right, I'm going to do a load of kip ups. No idea why.
That was the only he used to do as a Rougeau.
Yeah.
How did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes a bit
But
more
he's
sense.
just decided I shall never do it again.
Yeah, it looks.
He did do it as the Quebecers, but not the Mountie. I don't think
He looks a little
When he
more
was
like
older.
he's struggling a bit to do him as well with that big
Well.
old belly. Bull misses a top rope guillotine. He's flapjacked onto the top rope. During the break, after break.
Yeah, this gets another segment.
Yeah. We've got a sloppy-looking sort of crotch dive. I mean, I don't know what this is. He sort of like dives at him with his cock first. Oh, this is what happened in the break. Yeah, they show you the Quebecers do this sort of like move, which is basically Jacques just diving cock first into his face.
That'll do.
Poirier with a hot tag. Hot tag has never been used so loosely.
With the tag.
Yeah, takes down the Quebecers, and everyone's in. There's 10 punches in the corner. Quebecers are whipped into each other. There's a backdrop into a powerbomb spot. Jacques then trips Bull, and then the Boston Crab leg drop double team is hit by the Quebecers, and they win. I don't know.
I honestly thought I was going to have that theme. I was disappointed with the.
I half think it would have been better if they had a. I don't know whether there's more money in Armageddon or the Quebecers. I've got to be honest. So I don't think I'm that offended. But
there's only like 10p difference there.
But yeah, I mean, you have just repackaged the one team. Like, why have you repackaged them at all if you're just going to job them out?
It's a very good, like, end of the world, is it, that they call me the Quebec.
Well, it's dead, are they? That's it.
That's what will save the world. Jacques and PCO.
I mean, you know, it's on shotgun. I don't know how many people would watch it that at this point, but it's just like, it's a bit too long.
I just don't get why you repackage it. What's the point?
It's just like, you might as well have just had two jobbers go out and fight Quebec.
Quebec, exactly. I totally
my job them out.
Yeah, well, you've got to build them both up so you can then decide who the worst team is.
Maybe that's what they did. They did.
Well, I mean, they rushed that. I mean, if that isn't much of a storyline, anyway, is it a 4-week build to work out who's the shittest?
It's you, isn't it? That's what Mitch was good. It's you, isn't it?
It's definitely you,
fucking Armageddon.
I assume we all agree that this so far has been pretty shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
You could choose anything.
Yeah.
I mean, why was the Quebec?
Don't worry, we got Boston versus Midian in a bit.
No, that ain't too bad.
It can only get better from here.
There's all.
The only way is up. It lasted 2 weeks, Armageddon, and then there was off. Sniper was sent off to Europe and released, but the Bull was kept around and sent to, it was called NWA OVW. They loved a letter. Which I think is where James E. Cornette was sent to that point when he couldn't work with Russo.
So they went there and that became their official.
Yeah,
it
just
was NXT.
dropped the NWA.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So yes, and all this feels like to me is that Smokey Mountain has got a little bit more money and a lot less fans.
It's officially with the WWE.
Yeah, exactly. So he was put into the big feud of the OVW, which was against the Damager. Although this match is building towards a different.
Hey, this after. Are you doing this chronologically?
Yeah. Yeah, this is before he returns to Big Boss Man.
Oh, is this 99?
Yeah, this is that they spend a bit of time down there, the people in it. I mean, one of them's never going to get called up.
No, it's the black.
Big fat bloke.
When I looked at him, I thought, Cornette, really?
Oh, man.
You had this,
seriously.
Man.
So Bull is out for the main event, which is the tag team. His partner
He looks like Reno.
Yeah, what's happened?
I thought it was Reno.
Why did he grow the hair?
It's awful, isn't it? With his rat tail. Weird rat tail on his head.
What's your gimmick there?
I don't get it. He's with Mr. Black anyway.
Mr. Black.
From Krusty. The Damager, who is...
Danny Basham,
or is every white rapper in the 90s.
I got confused with that. I thought, is that what the Damager was?
He's awful, isn't he? I thought the Damager would be something a little bit edgier than.
Well, it looked a little bit like it was when he went to Raw.
He looks like the one in a boy band that does the rapping. That's what he looks like. He
looks like Abs.
He looks a bit like Abs.
Or that one with a shaved eyebrow.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah. He's going to be the one who does the terrible rat. Jimmy
I'm getting Jimmy. The Damager.
And his partner is Rico.
Yes,
more Rico later.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rico, he's got a shit ton of hair
Oh,
He
yeah.
looks like he's took that Homer Simpson tonic. He's got hair everywhere.
Runs around. That's who we meet.
Yeah.
He'd be like Captain Caveman, wouldn't he?
He's just full of hair. The Damager wins a series of sort of rights and lefts with a crossbody, and he hits an X Factor for a 2. Rico is in. Now, Mr. Black. How do I explain Mr. Black?
Fat man in a shirt and tie.
He's a short little fat bloke. In a big shirt and tie. Yeah. He's so unimpressive.
Mr. Hughes, but pale. Very pale.
And shit.
He don't look like a wrestler.
He really does. He looks like a bloke out of the crowd.
Yeah.
Bull leaps from the top and axe handles down Rico. Rico avoids him, works the arm, hits a spinning neck breaker, and after an unnecessary skin the cat, he flips over onto his feet this time and decks Rico. Cornette sells big time. You can tell Cornette is trying his best with Bull, so put him over.
Yeah. It's like his initial Matt Morgan hate.
Yeah,
I will push this big man no matter what you say.
I think the one thing I'm recognising, and it gets even more evident as we move forward towards his career, is that he's got so much potential. He's never going to make it.
No.
Because he's got no charisma.
No.
He's just at all.
Generic
That's the
big
problem,
bloke. I mean,
isn't
he's like Luther Range.
You can stick as many gimmicks on him as possible.
No, I mean, just like in that, it's just another big bloke. That's it.
Oh, I think he's good enough in the ring. I think he's good enough in the ring, but he's just got. I would argue Luther Reigns had a touch more charisma. Because
he's had peas before.
Oh my god.
That'll be the next podcast.
I got that
16 matches of Luther Reigns.
The other ones had peas.
My word.
Oh dear. So yeah, Black takes the power roll to working over Rico. So the build here is Rob Conway versus Bull Buchanan at the Alamo or whatever, and the Headbangers are coming to OVW, so something to look forward to, isn't it?
Vince, that's nothing for you.
Still here.
Rico is powered into the corner and the heels working over behind the ref's back. There's an impressive scissors kick by Bull, and then Black misses a splash. Damager gets the hot tag. Big drop kicks, a stinger splash. He hits what they call the brain damage, which I think is like the Bulldog bomb.
Yeah,
but like, why is he doing that to the fat bloke? Like, he's a little white bloke. Like, I don't get it. Bull saves him. Flash, we're told, don't know who he is, by the way. Decks Damager with a chair on the outside. It's 2-on-1.
Flash. Who's Flash? Flash. Was it Flanagan or something like that?
I don't know. They had Dirty White Boy and stuff as well.
He was in Smokey Mountain.
Yeah.
That was
Flash Flanagan, I think. Was his name.
Flash Flanagan.
Some weird people anyway. Double backdrop and Rico's in trouble. Powerbomb, top rope leg drop, but Rico kicks out. Why are you giving him a kick out in this match? Mr. Black goes high, but Rob Conway is out. He hits a scoop slam, DQ.
LA Knight.
He does look like LA Knight, doesn't he? He really does look like LA Knight.
Yeah.
And at the end, they build to what looks like some sort of triple threat babyface sort of thing with the...
You think you're special?
None of you are going to make it. Rico, Damager and Conway. You'll all be in Japan in 10
This is heat.
But there was a distinct lack of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the best match we've watched by a mile so far.
Because of Mr. Black.
And yet they're all green as fuck. I mean, Bull Buchanan's a little less green maybe, but...
oh, that hair's annoying.
Yeah, it's so knacker in it.
Damager needs a new gimmick.
Yeah.
Rico looks good.
Yeah, Rico's
alright. Buchanan's a good, he's a good
The problem is, though, Rico looks like an old man.
He's got an old head.
Because he's an old man.
Yeah, he's got an old head.
Like Nick Dinsmore, he was in it this point. He'd been around for about 10 years.
Well, I enjoyed it. I think it was a bit... It was very southern. You can tell that Cornette's got the book. It's just a lot of chaos.
Oh, yeah.
Chair shot here.
Yeah. He's got a way, and I should do that for it.
Yeah. But if it's done some slightly different by someone else, I will criticise it forever.
It's worked in the 70s. In Alabama. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I've read through my history of wrestling book, and Danny Hargin, he loved it. Yeah, it's very Cornette.
I mean, it was okay, and obviously for what it was, looking at it from a developmental point of view, it was okay. Mr. Black, just looking at him.
I can't believe anyone thought, well, we'll get him ready for the roster. Like,
I think even developmentals need jobbers.
Well, yeah. I mean,
and when you're that low, you must realise this isn't for you.
He's just terrible, isn't he? He's just really doughy. He's got no definition at all.
I don't even think he's doughy.
So, by March 2000, and I mean March 2000, we've watched WrestleMania 2000, which happened at the end of March.
Oh, yeah.
This is the debut 2 weeks before, and this is.
Okay.
And they made a main event. Not a main event. They made
the first match.
Yeah. They
opened the show.
On this show, though, you know what other thing happens? TNA form.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I saw that.
2 weeks before.
And they have a worse match. Without a doubt,
and that was the worst match at that Mania in the Wrestle Cup.
Was it not?
No, I think you picked the Kane and Rikishi v X-Pac and Rodan.
Oh, I should have picked TNA.
You said at the time, you said when we watched it.
That was all based around.
So bad. You can check that out in the archives. I would definitely tell you to listen to our podcast rather than watch it.
Paul Midian, though, he didn't get on the card.
Midian at this point. I love Midian's gimmick. He's lost a lot of money, so he's got to be advertising. That's brilliant. I'm going to advertise the APA.
Since Taker's buggered off, I've lost my job.
Did anyone watch through the show to see the earlier phone call? Bossman on a payphone. He made a payphone call to
the Bull.
To obviously Bull.
And you saw it wore Taker on his little mobile again.
He found him up Midian. I'm booked against Midian. I caught him. I know I was fighting Big Show for the belt.
You could hear down the other end now, it just goes, Bossman!
Who's the boss now?
Yeah. So,
Bossman was going through a crisis.
It's amazing. The main event of this show, by the way, which is a Sunday night eat, isn't it? Is Bossman versus Midian. We're 2 weeks away from Mania. Bossman has fuck all, so we better get rid of the team. Midian has APA rules.
Put him in the hardcore battle royal.
I know.
13 of them.
Well, not only that, like they have a match with a team that is kind of a team.
They've just basically gone. We've booked Ice Team. We must create a match.
It's the Ice Team match. Pimpin' ain't easy, man. Midian owes money to the APA. Now, this to me seems sensible. They feel annoyed that their poor little advertising board is being beaten up. You book Bossman and Bull versus APA. Is the APA in the Battle Royal?
Yeah.
My word.
I've got a feeling this might have been what Vince Russo had left.
Yeah,
because he was in WCW and he's like, we've got to clean this up. So I think it took him till about April, May for everything to calm down.
Bossman still sells like the 80s as Midian works over Midian hits a backbreaker for a 2. Midian then goes over the knees, over the steps, knee first, very much.
That's the Mankind Bull.
Yeah, from Mankind. APA, not even watching. Not even asked. Bossman works over Midian in the corner, and then he hits a big boot. There's a baseball slide uppercut. Someone starts making their way out. I cannot believe this match. Like, he's so disinterested in beating Midian, he'd rather just end it with a DQ and beat Midian up.
Midian won.
Bloke coming out dressed like Bossman comes out, smiles. They double team Midian.
Who is that man?
They do the stare down there, and it's like, well, you're obviously not going to fight him. He's got your clothes on.
You think you're
Big leg drop by the Bull, which he's done well. But, as debuts go, he's had some shit debuts so far.
He debuted on an actual A show. Shotgun and heat. The poor bloke.
Like,
it's alright.
The match is fine. I mean, it's just
a heat match.
It's a bad debut.
But I do
come out and at least helped him win.
Yeah, and I think if the logic is you spin off Bull from Bossman
to the APA,
you turn Bossman babyface eventually, because obviously he's the veteran. Yeah, exactly, and you do it that way. That's what you can. I can see how this team could work,
and it gets Bull out.
Yeah, we'll talk about how it ended. We'll get to that in a minute.
Bossman's injured and he's gone, and Bull's on his own.
No, they split.
So they do
split. Yeah, they do split, and then 2 weeks later, them together against Taker, because I think the booking team have forgot they've split. and they lose an handicap match to Undertaker, and then Bull just sort of goes off on his own, and 2 weeks later he's in the RTC, but we'll get to that in a bit.
Is it after he got to the quarterfinals of the King?
Yeah, well, he split the week before that, and in a loss to Too Cool, and then, so when he was in the King of the Ring, he should have been babyface, but he wasn't.
Because he fought Crash.
Like, honestly, I don't know who the booking team was in 2000, but it's Vince, but they just obviously lost control of what was going on with the undercard. I think there was just too many wrestlers. And whereas Russo could keep up with who was in what feud.
Wait a minute. Techno man? What's going on?
Shave his head and change his pants.
What a gimmick.
Just put them all in a group. It's easier to remember.
Anyone got anything to add to that?
At least we got to see Boston.
He's having a bad time, eh?
Yes, he really is. He really is. But we'll get a bit more Bossman now. So Bull and Bossman, they would be in the opening match at Mania. Round win. I thought they'd lost.
Yeah, they
in my head.
They chased the hose.
Yeah.
Then they chased the hose.
He's teased there.
But,
he pisses off after his thing. He ain't even a big side. He could. He could.
2 weeks.
2 weeks later, SmackDown main event: Rock and APA versus Triple H, Bossman, and Bull. It happened.
The Bull?
The Bull has made a main event. It happened on SmackDown.
Evolution.
Yeah.
Bossman's play. Triple H is Triple H. Bull Buchanan's Batista.
But they mainly stayed in the feud with the APA, which is probably a sensible feud looking at them, because APA is a difficult team to sort of match up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Big bastards. They need.
You're going to have to get your arse whipped.
Yeah. Sorry, Bull. Sorry, Bull. So we go forward to we go forward to Backlash 2000. This crowd is really hot, but not quite for this match. Bossman twirls his stick, and Bull heads out looking a little
Bull
bit.
Don't have a stick.
I don't know.
Has he not quite got?
No, he ain't got his
training stick.
The little one. The little one.
One of them toy ones. Oh, that'd have been lovely. I love the staging of Backlash. I know we'll probably always say this.
The one with the hooks.
The hooks.
Yeah.
Why don't they bring back stages? Stages was better than this fucking screen thing that they do. APA get a big pop from the crowd. There's nothing ever pretty about an APA match. No. They just jump them and batter them.
I batter you.
Big shoulder tackle from the top for a two. Bull does his flip through. It does land on his feet this time, but he is taken down very quickly. Farouk lays in punches. Bull shows agility now, walking the ropes and hitting a clothesline. And then Farouk knocks Bossman into the ropes and bounces him into a clothesline. Bossman sent outside and the APA are dominant. Bossman puts his boot on the ropes to stop a pin. I mean, he looks so desperate at this point. I'm being battered here, mate. Bossman decks Farouk. Bull Buchanan hits an elbow. Farouk is isolated in the heel corner. I'm pretty sure he can handle it. Heel work, but he misses which means we missed the tag, and Farouk remains isolated. Bull clotheslines down Farouk. Bossman on the thing just yells, "Yeah!" in victory. What a man. Farouk with a beautiful spine buster. I like Farouk's spine buster. Not double A, but
he just fucking leathers you.
No, that's what I mean. That's why he's so good. Picks you up and then he literally throws you to hell.
He's just going to let you drop naturally.
No,
I'm going to throw.
I'm going to push.
At one point, I think his hand was on the mat through the chest of Bull Buchanan. Everyone's in the pool. Bradshaw is caught and suplexed down by the Bull. Kick out though. There's a massive clothesline from hell. Bossman's in to save his partner because he ain't taking the clothesline. Bossman uses the nightstick on Farouk, and then Bradshaw, who staggers into a top rope scissors kick by the Bull. And Bossman and the Bull have won. Bossman. The Bossman. That would have been brilliant. I mean, it's still a little bit clunky. It's still it's very much rough and ready, but it does feel like for the first time, maybe they're going to see a little bit of hope in the career of Bull Buchanan. He got the pin over Bradshaw, who is,
and he's going to get beat by the clothesline from now.
I I didn't dislike the match. I thought it was okay. Jack?
Yeah, I thought it was all right. I thought it went a touch too long for me for what they are.
Yeah,
you know, they're not going to go. You know, you're going to get a lot of moves. There was a superplex though, which was amazing. But I thought it was okay. It was the right winners because the APA don't better than them like the LODA.
They are exactly. They are the LOD of 2000.
It's just
I like that they put Bull over.
Yeah, and I do as well.
You know, the other three are established, and this bloke's new, so I give him a win. So I thought they did well for a undercard tag match.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah, it was a decent tag match, mid-card tag match, and as you say, it is what it is. You know what you're going to get with the APA. You ain't going to get much more.
No, well, they give you that, and then that's about it. But you are going to have to earn that.
Yeah, you will have the shit kicked out
with your teeth. So by the start of June, the tag team had already ran its course, but instead of spinning it off into a proper feud, it just sort of fizzled out. They lost to the Hardys, not too cool, and on Raw, and they were split. Bossman played the heel and decked Bull with his nightstick. Bull went on to compete in King of the Ring, and I think he got to the quarters.
He got to the show.
Yeah, he got to the show.
That was the one with the 32, because we did that, didn't we? We did the whole tournament.
Yeah. But also, on the house shows, they never split them. They just competed on the house shows as Bull and Boss.
After they
carried on
did they lose every match? And Bossman have to beat him up after every match?
We've got to get it across to everyone.
They have another team.
No, just another team. Oh, there was one time though where Bull Buchanan teamed with S.A. Rios at this point, which I think might have been the night that Bossman was like injured.
Did he have a little jacket for him?
No, Bull looked around.
They looked around, and it was against Jerry Lynn and someone else. It was a weird tag team. I think it was Jerry Lynn. I can't remember. It was S.A. Rios and a cruiserweight and Bull versus a cruiserweight and like Farouk or something.
It was probably Food or something like that.
Yeah, it was something. It was fucking bonkers. Anyway, Bossman sadly was injured, and I think he was off then for about a year, wasn't he?
Yeah, he didn't come back till the end of Out 1, did he?
Yeah.
When he come back under the hood, but with the suit.
With the suit.
And helped beat up Austin.
Yeah, because he missed all the invasion stuff, didn't he?
Him and Booker.
It's a shame, really, he missed it, because he could have played both sides, really, and... star power for the Alliance. Boss, man.
in the brawl, then Survivor Series.
The next time we would see the Bull after King of the Ring of any discernible note would be behind Stephen Richards, who is now full-on RTC Stephen Richards.
So he never got, recruited? They never did,
No, this was his recruit. This literally was...
It was just on with
He's in, yeah. That's just it. He walked out, and that's good enough for me.
We can't just have Stevie on his own. Yeah, he's a big man.
I mean, Michael Cole starts that segment asking the question, why in the world is Bull Buchanan here? And that sums up his career.
I think for one of the first times, I think the opening to this podcast should be that same point for Michael Cole. Why in the world is Bull Buchanan here?
Stephen says that he's found one person who regards morality above everything else. You can't go around in thongs putting people through tables. No, you can't, Stephen. I agree. So stop doing it.
I agree. What? I've just realised. Well done.
Godfather interrupted him in his wearing one of the greatest hats of all time.
Oh dear.
He enjoys his freedom, and he loves everything has to be about America, doesn't it? The car just... And I love my country. And my country allows women to do what they want, you bastard. So the Godfather wants to take his fist and ram it down his throat. Well, there you go. Pimping ain't easy, mate. Godfather jumps Bull. He clubs him down, but runs into a back elbow. Oh, they just start a match.
Yeah, they even announced this is a match. It just happened.
Yeah. I wanted to keep the viewers, otherwise they'd turn off.
Bull stomps down Godfather. There's a big boot by Bull. He chokes down Godfather in the corner, and then he does a step up. He does his step up into the corner and then clothesline, which he does a lot. Godfather tries to roll up. The hoes are cornering Stephen Richards, and there's a big slam. One of the hoes just randomly, I think she misses the timing.
To get some of the
just gets up, distracts the ref, which leads to Stevie hitting the Stevie kick and the scissor kick by Bull and Godfather.
I thought that Howe would then join the artist.
Yeah, well, it felt like it, didn't it? It felt like, what are you doing? Like, seriously?
So it's like, nah.
Mate. Oh, that was
Silly Howe.
Yeah.
Tally ho.
I said silly Howe.
I'm
going to say stupid Howe, but
Tally ho is a brilliant
Tally Ho.
I mean, as TV matches
Is that
go,
what he does? He tallies up his Howe.
if you had a list of every match that's ever happened on SmackDown, it'd be in the bottom half.
Everyone
In a good area.
from 1999 is that low.
It's definitely in the bottom half.
It wasn't even a match. I mean,
Yeah,
Michael
it's-
Cole was certainly wasn't a match.
It was pretty poor.
It's just weird. I mean, it's just a match to set up the next thing.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It's they could have done it better.
The whole thing doesn't make much sense to the way everything planned. It speeds up very quickly. Like everything sort of
it don't
happens.
make sense. But
No.
he is 2-0 now in the last two.
Yeah,
on a
yeah,
run there, the Bull.
it's starting to do all right. The Bull.
World champ
Yeah.
at the end of the year.
Yes, Sam.
I mean, it was a bit strange. I mean, it was nothing special at all.
Oh, God.
Well, by the end of my page, he's a champion. So
Yeah, I'm on.
Well, that's true, yeah. Okay, now.
yes. Well, don't worry. We've got stakes in the next.
I don't
match.
think this was for Bull. I think it was to keep Godfather.
What do you mean?
Well, he wore happy doing this, and he said, I think they only give me the belt because he was going to quit.
Oh, at the end.
and he said,
in
they only give me the
match.
belt to keep me around.
Yeah, probably.
So weird.
Yeah, well, I mean, this whole thing is very strange. So our next match is literally the next Raw, which is on the 24th of July, and this is a high-stakes match. If Godfather loses, he will give up pimping forever. And if Stephen Richards, Bull Buchanan loses, he will stop censoring.
What a match. I just love that sort of stuff. Though.
It's a load of bollocks, isn't it?
Great.
Wrestling's a load of bollocks.
Do you listen to that crowd now?
He's going to throw away the rubber. Anyway, we'll leave it at that.
Jerry Lawler was distraught.
Oh, he was. This is. I think half the booking team just wrote for Jerry Lawler. That's what they do.
What can we get?
I think Lawler was the fucking team at this point.
And I tell you, it's about the 27th match that started with a brawl outside to begin.
Yeah, they get it. They get it out straight away. Outside we go. Bull sent into the steps. Big boot by the Bull, and then he skins the cat a few times, again pointlessly. And on the third time, he's choked with his tie. Godfather is dropped onto the top rope and eats a series of elbows. Bull is well on top, choking down Godfather. He ducks out of the way of, I'm going to call it a crossbody. It just looked terrible. There's a big clothesline, a save the hose chant, which Jerry Lawler loves.
Save the hose.
2000, everyone.
Is that the one where Victoria's with him, is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, or is it?
Yeah, because we need someone who can take a kick to the face. Godfather rushes into an elbow. Bull hits a scoop slam for a near fall. He misses a corner charge and Godfather rallies. Outside, Stephen Richards has had enough of these hoes. I'm going to kick them.
I've had enough of you.
I love wrestling. It's
He
amazing.
gets a pop. There's a whole train set up. Timmy White is obviously enjoying helping the girls outside. Misses the chair shot by Stephen Richards. And the hoes are gone. And the Godfather is gone, in his current form at least. Bull Buchanan, 3-0. He's running wild on this podcast at the moment. I mean, it was a better match than the previous one, but not a lot to write home about. Jack?
Yeah, it was a lot better. But then I said a lot because the first match was shit.
Yeah.
The Godfather gimmick, did it need to end? I don't
No,
know.
he just didn't. To me,
Just
Godfather should have been
the
the one that ended. This is the logical thing because was it Taker who ended RTC?
Yeah, when he just
killed
beat them all.
Why is Taker the one to end it? Like to me,
Taker, he got sense of the dead.
to me, Godfather has to be the one that wins the feud.
Val.
Or Val,
They beat it.
Yeah.
If that's the point, you can't
I get like Val. I get Val joining. You got to join.
Yeah. I just think Godfather is he is just that act. We've said this now, and every time we ever review The Godfather, you don't need to do anything in the ring. Just come out.
It's the music. Breasts are over. That's it.
I don't quite get why they thought there was more legs in turning heel. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, no one was cheering him.
Yeah,
Everybody's still cheering him.
No one thinking, well, put that man in the title feud.
It's just a really easy segment to have on any show.
I just think
Godfather for an inconsequential match with Bossman or whatever.
This should always be that kind of segment, where RTC of thinking they're winning, and then the Godfather always gets one over on him, and eventually the Godfather wins. That's the way that it should have just played out. Actually, what happened was that immediately on the SmackDown after this, he's now the good father, and he just comes out and says, "You don't like me now? I've got no women, do you bastards?" And that's basically it.
Give me time tonight. You've just decided it yourself.
It's just such a real fast-paced bollocks, and everything just speeds forward in the WWE.
It was basically that they were still going on the lawsuit with the PTC, so let's just cram this gimmick in while it's still ongoing.
The thing is, there's loads of other women still naked on the show. That still happens, doesn't it?
Trish is barking like a dog.
That's because of Vince. Vince is nobody censors
literally. Yes, by the end of the year, isn't Kat getting her tits out?
Oh, that was the year before.
Oh, was it?
That was 99.
We've moved on from the tits.
She lasted for another year and a half.
She was champ for half of it as well.
Jesus.
Well, she was women's champ for a good portion of it.
Then Stephanie ended up winning it by
Stephanie beat the Cat. Stephanie lose because
Stephanie beat Jacqueline.
I was going to say.
Who does her drop it to?
Who? Stephanie?
Lita.
Yeah, Lita.
Yeah, Lita.
And then Lita drops it to Ivory, who's a much better deserving champion. But anyway, we've got to look at
and makes the RTC gimmick work.
We've got to pick up from. We've done a women's division 95. We're going to have to pick up and look at the WWE
98 return.
Yeah, because that women's
the return until
Sable through to fucking. Well, yeah, through to the end of the butterfly belt, really. I mean, basically, it's...
Fucking on 98 to 2016.
It's a long podcast, that is, Sam. And it's all about women.
No, but the middle one ain't too bad, because it was on Raw, and you had Trish, Lita, Jazz, Molly, and all that.
Yeah, in the late two. So
we just skipped that bit.
Yeah.
Just because this bit was okay.
Yeah. But anyway, Ivory, she's in the RTC now, and so is Val Venus. That happened over the autumn.
But he gets white.
I hate that they changed his name to just Sean Morley.
Yeah, exactly.
And Charles Wright.
Because his name, they do realise his name is a play on Venus.
We're still alright. And you, good.
Yeah.
He's a good father.
So stupid.
Charles Wright, Sean Morley, him still Bull, that's fine.
Godfather he's got no real link to pimping. It's not really. He's just called the Godfather. He could have come out dressed like the Godfather from the film. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah. They did sort of stay as a prominent, I'd say, job act in the fact that you could put them in a main event on Raw and stand out, but they'd lose. You can put them against The Rock, so they can lose.
I think that was what was good around then. Is most people were strong enough to where you could put them against top acts and they'd be fine.
Takers and stuff.
You wouldn't lose your mind there.
And they did rise through the tag team division, earning a shot on November the 6th, 2000 against the tag team champions of the Hardy Boys. Jeff and Bull.
I thought this was a lot earlier. They was tag champs. RTC.
They only have it for a month. They only appeased Godfather for a month. Then they went down.
Go on then, it's Christmas. No, hang on. We need you for Mania.
Ivory is speared on the outside by Lita, and her and Ivory are sent to the back. There's a double suplex by the Hardys. Nice drop toe hold onto the middle rope by the Bull. Godfather takes over. Oh, Goodfather, I do apologise. Goodfather rushes into Matt Hardy as King says he's not voting for Al Gore.
Oh, it's the voting.
It's why they brought Vince back to tell him you got to vote.
Well, it is quite timely considering what happened.
Really, yeah.
I'm not voting for Richie Dunne.
Don't vote for Farage. No, you don't like Farage.
Oh, King would have loved Farage. And Vince, he would have been... Reform Vince. Matt is isolated early and Bull hits a nice spinning neck breaker.
Dear.
Matt tries to rally but rushes into a big boot and then Mash.
You tear today.
Oh dear.
Matt. Broken back.
Mash pushes. I've done it again.
Look, he's Mash there. We said it.
Oh god.
The forgotten Hardy.
It's been a long podcast. Matt pushes Godfather off the top and hits a Brett Rope leg drop. Jeff is tagged in, he hits a split leg drop, and then Stephen distracts and the ref is charged to the outside. Matt hits a dive onto the outside onto Godfather, and then Jeff sets up the Bull, hitting the swanton for the visual win. Edge and Christian are out now, but they basically just fail. They immediately run in and run out. And Hardy's hit poetry motion onto Bull. The second one, though, leads to Stevie clocking Jeff with the bell. Godfather covers Jeff Hardy, and the RTC have won the Tag Team Championship. Thoughts on that, Jack?
It wasn't too bad. It just feels like the main feud of Edge and Christian v the Hardys now doesn't have the tag title.
Yeah, absolutely, totally agree with you. Yeah.
Appeased this team that has got a decent enough gimmick, but do they need the belts?
You need 2 weeks.
I don't think they do because they don't feel like an act. Like sometimes
You take one of these groups where
the stable, where sometimes you get stables that are just belt collectors, but no one's believing them ever going to have anything other than the tag belts.
I mean, what?
Val needs a belt.
And Stevie, they're the only two that never had.
The biggest difficulty is there's no discernible feud that they have as a tag team. Like their feud is with Jerry Lawler. Like there's if they was in a tag team feud with the APA and you thought, right, well, let's give that the titles and Edge and Christian and Hardy's big enough to do without it because they probably are.
They just do don't they do like we don't like tables now.
They did a lot of that.
Is that in that?
Yeah.
Oh, because don't Dudley swerve and join?
And so then joining, then on the same one, putting people through tables is wrong, and I don't want to be right, and then that's it.
Okay.
When really, if they want to go after a belt, give them the hardcore belt. Wouldn't that make sense in that sense of that boy saying we ain't...
Bought it back together. So it's proper old school.
It's just the two main people of the group are Stevie and Ivory.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, you see that with the next match at Mania, that match is like so irrelevant to what's happening with them at Mania. The Mania is Ivory versus China.
Yeah, for that group.
Yeah. So it would be Edge and Christian who took the titles back.
It's like a four-way.
It was a four-way. It was them. I think it was the Hardys and King Cat. No, it was Kate Quick and Road.
We're getting round.
When we doing that podcast.
Well, at least
many
I was going to say them the worst team in the match, but they aren't.
No. Get around.
Road Dog and Kate Quick.
And then, like I say, their feuds moving through Mania season were with Jerry Lawler and the Cat, and then China, which is just bizarre.
Jerry Lawler was probably going to get one of these at Mania.
Possibly, I think he might have been in the tag. He might have been in the tag.
Because we watched that Raw day. He was with the APA, and he had this weird shaving on his chest.
Oh yeah, that weird shave.
They shaved like a cock in it or something. Or it looked like weird how he shaved. I don't know if he'd shaved, but it looked weird how he'd shaved.
Well, I think it would have been. I think it would have been Lawler because they just then started feuding with the SmackDown announcer, which was Taz, as soon as Lawler left.
Yeah.
Because obviously Heyman played the sort of still hated them as well.
Yeah.
But obviously he ain't going to be in the feud. So I think that's why Taz.
That made sense since he was ECW, and that we should have got 200 censoring.
You're talking far too much sense here, Sam. But you remember things that Vince doesn't. So we go forward to the biggest WrestleMania of all time, ever, history. Every single match, 5-star. Dave Meltzer told me so. It's Mania 17. It is the Right Censor versus Taz, Farouk, and I'm from Texas, Bradshaw. He gives the Texas promo in the. Did you watch the promo?
I've heard the promo many times. None of it makes a blind bit of sense.
My daddy ran a bull.
Cowboy outside of the ball. The ball, Michael. The fire. That's about
By
it.
the end of it, Brooks like, fucking come on then.
Oh, bloody hell.
Going on again.
Come on, Tess.
So the RTC are out first. Val Venus is the third in this match, by the way. Sadly, he's wearing black trousers though. Heyman's
That's when you know the gimmick's going to die.
Yeah. Heyman's filling in for the I hate these kinds of heels spot. Taz interrupts Steven Richards, who doesn't really
Very
get much.
smoky, eh?
Yeah, it is. Did you hear JR say he's built like a fire plug?
What?
Basically saying he's a little. Is the plug on a little fire hydrant? Is what he's saying. He's that small.
Like
Yeah, like that.
It's like a fireplace.
It's like little fireplace, Taz. Do you know what the fuck is that? Why'd you open with
Is he
that?
meant to say like a spark plug? Or he's like a spark
Vince
plug?
would have tried to get some merch off of the back of the
Probably.
Fire plugs. He's just a little pudgy little fat man. We know this.
Yeah, but he's going to recover.
Wait till later.
He will
He will
recover.
recover.
Don't worry.
He has a good moment.
So I
Every now and
have
again.
got the right thing.
Every now and again, you think to yourself, Taz might be in line for the LVP here with his performance in this match, but then... Oh,
Well, I don't know. I think in this he has got an MVP.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He pulls it out the back. Anyway, we'll get to it.
I thought you meant later on.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly that.
So
If you watched the podcast up to here and just looked at him on this match, he would be in trouble. But
I don't know. There's one bump in it that I would have given him.
you can't give him MVP for that bump.
It's
Brilliant.
It is brilliant. A
We'll
stumbly
get there.
little bigot fat
And he does it twice as well. Like one of the time when he goes in the corner and forgets to turn round. Anyway, Taz and Val go.
I digress.
Taz clotheslines out Val. Jackie used with the APA hits a DDT to
We need a woman.
Bull and Farouk start off, and Bull hits his step-up clothesline.
That's your move done.
Farouk gets an ear fall on a slam, and that is literally the last we see Farouk in the match. Taz tosses Bull around, but he's big booted. He's isolated in the corner. Val buries some knees into the belly welly of Taz. Now, Taz is, they're tagging Val and Goodfather about to Irish whip Taz, who can't sort his feet out, trips, bounces off the middle rope, immediately bounces back into the middle of the ring, and it just sort of crashes everywhere.
It's one of my favourite things that's ever happened. That is. Every time I see it, it cracks me up. It's just
He's so bad.
He just squats right himself.
It's
It's perfect. Fucking stumbling back. What's Goodfather going to attack? He just keeps whipping him so hard. It's a work. What are you whipping him so hard for?
This is why you had to retire.
just cannot sort his legs out at all.
Well, they ain't that big. I knew it was coming and it
No.
just cracked me up again.
There's a massive leg drop.
It's the bit you look for.
I love that moment. It's so good.
There's a massive leg drop by the Goodfather. Taz just cannot seem to sort his feet. He's now whipped into the corner, but he can't turn round. Jesus Christ! The corner. Godfather hits the whole train, but misses a Vader bomb.
I don't get that either. I thought you'd stop doing that.
I don't know. Bradshaw gets in, he gets a nice pop. Goodfather is slowly backdropped, and I mean slowly backdropped. There's a fall away slam on Val, everyone's in. There's a double spinebuster to Val. Bradshaw gives a huge belly to back suplex from the top to Val. There's a shield style powerbomb by Goodfather and Bull on Bradshaw. Godfather misses the whole train. He even does the whole train beat in it as well. Misses the close.
I think of this gimmick.
Misses the whole train, bounces into a clothesline from hell, and the right winner is Bradshaw, who's definitely the best thing in the match by a mile, in fairness.
I don't know, Taz.
Yeah. Everything else felt really, really, really sloppy. But I thought that Val bumped well for Bradshaw. If it was Bradshaw versus Val, it might have worked. Jack.
The thing that they should have done here is just end the group. On this moment, Stevie comes in, and then Val and Godfather, and Bull can do something. Look at
He's got his porn, he's got his hose. Paul's got what? A box of tissues.
March back up. I've got my boss man at home.
I'm a racist now.
He
He should have put his red beret back on. I'm off.
But it should have ended it because Stevie needed a moment on the back show.
Totally.
Teach the group.
And I'm going to say he really hard for a year
as well. The other leader gets battered by China. So it's dead in the water now anyway. But what a moment with them whips. I mean, it's bad, but it's so good. You know, it's an armless 6-man tag.
It's just a match. It's one of them get everyone we can on the card.
Yeah.
But Taz has made it.
It's pretty neat.
Poor Taz. So by June, the RTC were disbanded just ahead.
Still lasted another 3 months.
Yeah, just ahead of the WWF WCW Invasion arc, which you can check out in our archives. The Bull was sent straight back to OVW. Back
corner, you again. Haven't you learned?
How can you keep sending a bloke back to keep sorting out his greenness? Like, he just ain't ready. What do you mean? He's been here 7 years.
He was on Mania twice.
4 years he's been in the company at this point. He's back in OVW. He would start to appear again, though, on TV at the end of... at the middle part of 2002, when they were trying to give a bit more depth to the roster, because obviously we've now
because I'd split it.
Yeah, we've got a split roster and we've got 2 B shows, so we need to start filling them.
You are Mr. Velocity.
He would get a win against Mike Awesome, leading to a Velocity match against main roster. He's going to be in a feud with Undertaker very shortly. It's Albert. We have got to push the Albert. There's no way he's going to lose.
He was feuding with Rikishi, and then he had a few matches like Edge and Benoit at this point.
Yeah.
It becomes an A train soon.
Yeah.
It becomes A train.
What happened there? Bull.
I don't know. I was shocked.
They've given him some hot pants. It looks like that scene in Full Monty where they hand the hands and the hot pants. Like where have we got this? Like, what's happened here?
You give me. Just grow your hair just a touch.
Yeah, a little bit of it.
Just a little bit.
We don't want you bald, but we want you to have wispy hair. He's lost a lot of mass.
Yeah.
He is a Rodney Podcast.
Yes.
A shirt's always helped him, dude.
Yeah, it is.
Put a shirt on, man.
Big Albert is a big unit. Cole does put over the Bull, though. He says, look out for his use of the ropes. That'll get over.
We know. It's the only move he does.
Yeah.
He's been here for 4 years.
That's why he's brilliant after when they act like they don't know who he is.
He's got a head.
Albert handles Bull easily with a press slam, and Bull is down. Bull suckers in and punches Big Al. Albert then recovers. I changed his name quite considerably in this review. Albert recovers, misses a charge. There's a neck breaker by Bull. The noises start to be piped in because you look at the crowd and the sound is interested picking the nose. But there's a lot of whoops. Bull he's still working heel though. He sort of does a chin.
I was going to say who's the face in this match.
Don't know. I don't think they know. Bull blocks the suplex and hits his step up clothesline. A-Train is in trouble now. Bull skins the cat and walks into a bro kick.
I realised he loved doing that.
He loves it.
I realised he did it so much.
Call Me Al hits a series of clotheslines and throws Bull out the corner. There's an avalanche in the corner, and Uncle Albert goes for the Vader Power. Beat him up. Bull,
sorry.
Bull pulls himself up in the corner. He claws in the eyes of Albert, and then he hits a top rope leg drop for the win. He beats Uncle Albert with a top rope leg drop. Can you effing believe it? I know it's Velocity and 3 people are watching it, but it's still real to them, damn it. Why did Albert lose, Sam?
I have no idea. I was shocked. I was thinking, okay, maybe this is his return or something. And then it said he beat Mike Awesome, and that surprised me. And then he beats Albert, someone who's sort of upper mid-card.
Yeah, easy.
On SmackDown.
Especially when you've split the rosters.
Yeah,
like he's got to be
one of the monsters there, who was like the hired gun for Vince or whoever. And he loses to Bull Buchanan.
mad.
Why?
Well, Vince obviously was like me. You could see Bunny and Bull.
Because I've ever used the ropes.
He's very proficient in the use of the ropes.
Bollocks.
I mean, I didn't like the match really anyway. I think the stars was confusing. I don't think either of them knew how to work
Who's the face?
babyface. I think it obviously was Bull was being babyface. But, like, in terms of character, like, they don't even try. Like, there's no repackaging here. It's just basically his back.
It's just Bull Buchanan in trunks.
Yeah, it's just so weak.
We can't find a shirt. That's what it is.
Jack.
Yeah, it was a bit strange, especially with the start where Albert sort of just bodies him for a bit,
Yeah.
and then later on he loses. It's like, it's so strange. It ain't like a big, oh my god, it's an upset and the underdogs won.
Yeah.
Like a cruiserweight beating him, or
Yeah,
a
yeah.
Shinaki or a
Well,
Shambles.
so I mean, even the commentators just go, "Oh, you want to
Yeah,
get?"
it's just, oh, 2-0, Mr. Velocity. It's just like, what the fuck? Everybody in the arena would have been going, hold on,
Yeah.
this bloke's got body in him more
But
than
then
the other.
Yeah.
A cruiserweight tag main event.
And the
on
10
this.
people who was watching it would have gone, why are we putting over
Yeah.
Bull? And when it leads to this repackaging, he is a heel and a bodyguard anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean,
One-man posse.
I just don't get it.
Strange.
I really don't get it. So he didn't really go back to OVW. He just sort of hung around. He had a few more matches on Velocity, and he does look like he was mainly a heel because he was like beating Funaki and people like that on Velocity. And then he disappeared for a month, and then by November he is back and on SmackDown. And this is a weird thing, right? So it's November the 21st, SmackDown. Rikishi heads out for his match with Ruthless Aggression John Cena, who's just starting to flesh out that he likes rap.
The rap again.
Yeah.
You know, he's just.
They're about to start, and then for no discernible reason, Dawn Marie's music hits.
I forgot this.
Yeah, and they interrupt, and fucking confusion reigns. Dawn and Al are going to invite the fans to the wedding ceremony. The best thing is, Taz and Cole just laugh at Al Wilson's bad acting. Every time he stumbles over a word, they just laugh.
See to him every time.
He just laughs at him.
And that wedding ain't till January.
No, it's just
It's a big bill.
you could tell. Well, she's dead by the end of January. They get him off.
Oh, Taz.
He gets married at the beginning of January. He's dead by the end of it.
I can't believe that.
We're going to do Al Wilson's career.
Well, we've done his wedding. We've done his death. It goes to break. And then after that, we return. Cena's on top. There's a belly to
But where's the jackal coming down, cutting him down?
I know. I mean, the replay. They show you the replay, which is just a jab. Like, what's this? But Cole and Taz start cutting Al Wilson is so old jokes. Cena avoids Rikishi's arse and then does it himself, but he's powered through the middle ropes. Cena hooks up, he's uppercutted, hit with a Samoan drop. Rikishi charges him, hits a belly to belly, and that is enough to beat the franchise John Cena.
Not quite.
He sets up the bonsai drop in the corner, but out comes a man in a beanie hat. He sort of electric chair drops him down. Taz and Cole go, "Hey, that's Buchanan." It's just pathetic.
Hang on. That's Buchanan.
Oh, fucking Bull Buchanan. It's like they're disappointed. It couldn't it have been Rodney Mack?
This is what we've got. Didn't we have Mike Awesome on this roster?
It basically says, "It's Buchanan. Remember him?"
I remember.
You may remember me from such stables as Truth Commission and Right to Sense.
You may remember me wearing such a green one for the Truth Commission. Or this white one for Right to Sense.
But now I'm back and I've got a beanie hat. I can't even review the match because the match is weird.
They could have at least had him interfere and help Cena win.
Well,
Yeah.
Keish don't need to win.
No.
I've seen her like
Why is he going to
Jesus.
lose?
Keishi, in about a month's time, loses to Bill DeMott on SmackDown. So, yeah, that happened.
Bill.
Big bully Bill. We got that in the future and all. Yeah, it's pretty pathetic. I don't particularly mind him being the heat for Cena at this point in his career. He's at least it feels like Cena's a relevant act. So he's
Just somebody God who can get beat up.
Yeah, exactly. I don't particularly mind it.
Pigeonholed, he does that.
Yeah. So we move forward a couple of weeks. We're keeping this feud between Cena and Rikishi hot. This is why we do a Bull Buchanan podcast, folks. Because for moments like this, for moments where we would have forgot that on December the 5th, 2002, Taz was the referee of a hip-hop challenge. Taz, he doesn't know where the hell he's from. His name is John Cena. I love that. They've obviously said, you go out and ref it. He's done no notes, no prep. Just get out of here, man. Cena and B squared, as he is now called. B2.
B2
call it for some reason.
B2, yeah,
B2,
which sounds like an aisle in B&Q. It's his dog, by the way. It's his dog.
My dog.
That's my
You're the
dog.
one that getting raped.
I love that Vince don't know fuck all about rap.
No.
Every time there's a white rapper, it's just, well, Vanilla Ice,
Vanilla
obviously.
An Eminem.
And Eminem.
Hello.
Taz reminds Cena that he's on TV and says, why did he choose to dress like that? Don't look that stupid, really.
No.
He's just wearing a white shirt and a hat.
If anything, B2 looks stupid. Cena don't.
He looks like a really old man trying to be hip.
Have you seen Rikishi?
Yeah. Well, Rikishi, he was shot, you know.
Tried to get away. Yeah.
Was he shot?
Yeah. He's back to being
He sort of make a difference with my arts.
Yeah.
It's sort of about
Sounds like a BBC pause. Go with it.
Well,
Rikishi is smiling in leathers. Taz lets Cena goes first. Cena cuts a rap and says it's not his fault that the women want him. He does a retard line, which doesn't age very well. And
he ain't time with the beat.
No, he asks Rikishi how it feels to get a verbal stink face. Rikishi, he taps the microphone to his arse. And he references Vanilla Ice. He references Vanilla Ice and calls him an Eminem wannabe. He gets over that he was shot twice. I mean, to me, it's very obvious that Cena won the
slow and cheap pop.
Yeah.
Rikishi, you didn't say anything. You're shit.
Angle was much better in this rivalry.
I don't know about Big Show, because he did a rap battle with him as well.
Yeah. Good. Cena and B Squared jump Rikishi, and during it, Cena stupidly punches Taz in the nose.
You don't do that.
Taz gets mad, and he starts Taz missioning down John Cena. This happened.
My word.
John Cena was choked out by Taz. The heels head off, and Taz is done. Rikishi isn't, and he stops Taz, and I'm thinking, you ain't gonna do that.
As soon as this starts
to happen, this ain't gonna happen, is it? And then Taz goes to no, he goes and he grabs B Squared's beanie hat.
I thought he was going to put like some sunglasses or something.
But it looks really small on Taz's head, which is weird.
And who got Tony Ed?
Yeah. And then Taz and Rikishi have a dance, and oh my god, he pops the crowd, pops me. It's fucking brilliant. Taz having a little jig and a dance.
He
just done the word.
Even Michael Cole says, "What are you doing?
Oh, brilliant.
Awful. This is hard in here."
It's so good. I'm so glad Taz danced.
Yeah.
Taz so
gets his moments on every podcast.
Every time. He's without a doubt the MVP of the old podcast.
I thought him falling into the ropes would have been it. Then he gets Al Wilson stuff in, and now he's danced. I mean, my God, he's taken over.
Sorry, Bull, but you won't win MVP on your own.
I mean, it's weird though, this thing, because I feel like the feud now is John Cena v Taz.
Well, it feels like that would be the logical tag match next week is Taz and Rikishi versus B Squared.
But Cena and Taz are sort of friendly when he does his raps, like at the Rumble. He sort of like talks to them, watch up Taz. Yeah. Something basically that's
retcon everything.
Weird.
I mean, yeah, it's a fun segment. I do like the fact that Cena's being fleshed out. He obviously needs a gimmick and needs to found a gimmick. And B Squared's there.
Yeah.
So, that's nice. Cena and B Squared would stay as a team throughout the rest of the year and earn a tag team title shot in early 2003 against the tag team champions of Los Guerreros. This is also a week before the Rumble, so the Rumble happens on the Sunday. And the Guerreros are in the Royal Rumble. They have a little bit of a bickering about. It's the normal sort of tag team in the Rumble.
Cena and B Squared, isn't it?
Yeah, no one cares about their sort of arguments. You ain't going to win.
B Squared's the shortest in that Rumble.
Well, Cena is out. He's not happy. He tells them to not to hit his music or drop the beat or something like that. And he basically just becomes racist for a bit, telling Guerreros to go back to Home Depot, shits on the New York Giants. But Taz is waiting for the booyah at the end of the rap. I wish nowadays B Square would have gone over more with it.
Would have done, yeah.
They'd have loved it. Taz seems to like him now for some reason.
Remember when I told you out?
Yeah. Quite rightly, we would end this podcast, or nearly end the podcast, with Eddie Guerrero and John Cena starting us off. Eddie hits a drop toe hold to Cena. Cena at this point as well, he's wearing jorts, but with leather boots.
Yeah,
which weird. Looks really odd.
He wears like jeans with turn-ups.
Does he?
Yeah. In the Rumble, he looked weird in jeans.
Chavo hits a belly to back near the ropes, and Eddie hits his float over senton. There's a nice snap suplex by Chavo, and B Squared is in. I've always liked the Bull, and most of the matches we've looked at, he's not looked like really out his depth. And then he's in the ring with Eddie Guerrero and Chavo.
Yeah.
And you think, wait a
minute. There's levels to this.
Chavo dominates him. He hits a belly to back. They use heel tag team moves to get over the face thing, which is. This must be the birth of the lie cheats.
Yeah, I think I started doing it around this time.
Cena drops the ropes on Eddie and spills outside. He hits Eddie with a slap and a slam. There's a nice suplex powerbomb by B Squared. Eddie then makes the hot tag with his boot to Chavo. Chavo struggles with Cena though. There's a drop kick by Chavo. Eddie's tagged in. I mean, he wasn't even on the apron, but he was tagged in. Everyone's in for a brief while. Chavo and Eddie hit Jill in sort of slingshot crossbodies. I think Eddie looks like he gets injured. But I think
he got hurt by the Falcon Arrow when he got in, yeah, because he sort of never really recovered.
No, it does look like he lost.
Yeah, I'm going to say, yeah, he injured.
Because he's in the Rumble, isn't he?
Yeah. He don't like disappear. He's fine.
And at Mania, they win. Am they in the tag belt?
I'm in the triple threat with the world's greatest tag team and Benoit and
Rhino.
Do they win it?
No, the team angle does, because I think them champs go in it.
Okay. Chavo goes high and hits a frog splash and wins it for the Guerreros. Eddie does look hurt outside.
Yeah, I'm certain that Eddie was supposed to be tagged in and win this match.
He did feel like that.
Yeah, when Chavo did the splash, he looked a bit weird in doing it.
Yeah. I didn't know whether I was trying to get over that, but I agree with you. I think it would have been Eddie.
Yeah.
Cena is furious with B Squared in the ring. He slaps him. B Squared backs him up. This time he's going to do something about it, unlike when he was with the Jackal. Suddenly, though, a Rodney Mack looking bastard jumps from behind. Him and Cena dart B Squared into the ring post. And then he locks in a Fujiwara armbar.
I don't know if that's his good selling or they actually do fuck him up, because even in the Rumble he comes out holding his own.
I'm going to say it's good selling. What did they call him?
Who?
Red Dog.
Red Dog.
But then he disappears after like a week. And then he turns up on Raw, replacing D'Lo Brown.
Is this... Rodney Mack hasn't debuted at this point then? This is his debut. Oh right, I didn't realise that.
It feels like a better fit. But then they must just go, well, Cena just don't need anyone.
It feels like Cena was starting to get over it, but it is strange. B Squared, who you say at the end he might not make the Rumble, does make the Rumble, and that legitimately is his last ever WWF match. Never even appeared on a house show.
I can't remember, but is he even in the ring with Cena?
No.
What's the fucking point in having him in it then?
Not a clue. You might as well sell the arm. Just sell the arm.
He does come out and do that. He kicks a few people, then he runs into the ropes and then falls out and still lands on
No one eliminates him. He just runs.
I think he runs. I think he's Christian and then goes on the top and then just falls out.
Terrible.
I haven't watched the 2003 Royal Rumble for such a long time. But yeah, I do remember B Squared being in it and badly.
Then build them up.
He's in that part where they'd had a few in, they'd eliminated him, and it was getting like to Jericho when he's on his own, and you know,
the sad thing is,
but he's just before that finishes. He's have to build a bot before the proper bit with RVD.
The sad thing really is that he spent a fair amount of time with Cena as his heater, and it still feels like Rodney Mack, who appeared for a minute, is more suited than him.
Without a doubt.
And you immediately go, I'm glad they got rid of him.
Because with Bull, it feels a bit more comedy and daft, where Red Dog feels a bit more serious.
Yeah, I agree with that as well.
And the gimmick a bit more serious.
And like I say, I think Bull can work, but there's levels. You quite rightly say it, and he ain't nowhere near the level of the what was the good workers on SmackDown. So as sad as it is to see him go, I think he might be better suited to where he ends up for the rest of his career, really. Match itself wasn't too bad, though. I quite enjoyed the match, actually. I thought it was all right. Sam?
Yeah, it was a decent title match for, well, it was on SmackDown at the time.
Yeah.
And then throughout the match, as we was going along, I thought, is this when Red Dog appears? So I was thinking, surely this is what he put on.
Yeah, well,
it's not just some random tag title match.
Well, tag title.
But I thought, okay, he was decent enough, but as you say, he's clearly the worst worker out of the four.
Yeah. Jack?
Well, you'll be hard pressed to have a bad match with Eddie and Chavo.
Oh, God.
So it's a good match.
The more we watch of wrestling in these reviews, you don't often realise how good Chavo and Eddie.
Chavo's brilliant.
Chavo's amazing.
That's the best match every podcast.
Every single podcast, he seems to be the best match.
It's usually against Ray.
Yes. So that was B Squared done in the WWF, but he was going over to Japan to be part of All Japan Pro Wrestling. I think he must have spent about a decade and a half over there before he sort of retired. He
Decade and a half?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you think about it, 2002, I think he was wrestling well into the sort of early 2010s, so he probably spent as much time in Japan.
In 2019, isn't it?
Was he?
With his son.
Oh, of course, his son was it? Was his son in
His
NXT?
son's in the Fed.
He's in NXT.
Who is it?
Important
Brooks Jensen.
thing.
Oh, Brooks Jensen, yeah.
I can see him coming out in NXT.
Bull.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They missed out on Von Wagner's dad. One of the Beverleys. They'll get more.
They should have given him that theme. That would have really topped Von Wagner off, really.
My dad was a Beverly. That doesn't sound as well as you think.
Well, this is a weird book, isn't it, really? It's like a segment on This Morning, that is.
Yeah. My dad was a Beverly. No, I think that was a Jerry Springer thing, boy. Now for my final thought.
And he would be
It doesn't matter if your dad was a mid-contact man.
There's something just magical about the way Japanese people book things, really, because they just have these random named stables as well. Like, they'll really translate perfectly. And so he was put into a faction called, well, they sort of say on the thing it's ROD, but it's RO and D, which translates as roughly obsess and destroy.
Yeah.
Roughly obsessed.
Roughly obsessed and destroyed.
We're not quite obsessed. We are roughly obsessed. Rod,
yeah.
Stable.
It was a stable led by Taka Michinoku, who I think they might have had a link with his, because he's got a Fed, isn't he? Is it
Michinoku Pro
Michinoku
is Sky.
Ah, okay.
But I'm pretty sure Taka's obviously
involved in it. He's got his name in it.
His name is It's not Taka Pro though.
And the Rod.
They got over.
Taka
I'm
Pro.
going to Taka Pro.
The Rod would get into a feud with another stable.
Hey, the Rod.
Called the Voodoo Murders, which again doesn't translate perfectly. Voodoo Murders. So, this video is 25 minutes long. The match part of it is about 6. So, if you watch the whole video, we go full circle because
If you watch the full video, you will have this Japanese man just talking.
Stop trying to sell you some timeshare or something.
I don't know what he was saying. I just kept looking at it.
I think it's a DVD rip of like the best of moments or something like that. We go full circle because a member of the ROD is Rico with his little tubby belly.
He's a big podgy.
Before the match, Taka cuts a promo to the Japanese audience. He sort of announces each member. We've got Jamal, who is with them too.
Bloodline Jamal.
Rico, I just love the fact that they still go over, but they just keep the gimmick. Like I'm still fashionista, Rico.
What's the thing?
The tiger prints and the sideburn.
What am I going to do?
Bit chunky.
Rico and the Bull, I think, are tag team champions because the belt that Jamal's got is like a little tiny belt. Who knows?
Well, Bull's changed.
Bull's changed his gimmick because now he's an animal. He's some sort of dog because as soon as he takes off his little hood thing, he just barks.
Rico's his owner.
Rico's his owner, so they calm him down. Put a shirt on his head.
And they hold the belt up and he's got the shirt still on his face.
Yeah, but he goes to hold it up.
That made me laugh when I saw them. Like they went for the picture for the magazines and he got Paul with the shirt on his face. Still holding it up.
Nothing has summed his career up more than that. Teo Kea is the last announced. He's the other Japanese guy.
Hawaiian.
They seem fan favourites with the audience.
I can't tell.
They are feuding with the team called the Voodoo Murders. Taka does his best Triple H. Are you ready? We're Rod.
That's what they did. They used to do the thing and then they ended with a booyah.
Oh, okay.
Booyah was
very
the
good.
thing that was out.
Yeah.
Bought that out.
So the story is that Taka has been challenged by Taru. He's got his.
Is this Mortal Kombat?
Taru's got his corner man Johnny the Bull Stamboli, and they're mocked for being short of men. Like Taka goes, well, you ain't got a lot of you. They're just bringing Chuck Palumbo.
Sure.
FBI with me.
Yes, the FBI are here. The Japanese love a US lower card monster. So we've got the match set. It's a 6-man tag. Taru, he does have a very cool style. He's out. Johnny the Bull, still in an FBI shirt. 2006.
I saw that. I saw the FBI. Yeah,
that'll do. It's brilliant.
It's okay.
So I'm wondering what the hell is going on here. And I was expecting them to be in the ring, but obviously that segment must have been at a different time because Rico, Taka, and the Bull are out. They've got bats and pipes now. We get the ring announcements, which they're brilliant, aren't they? Japanese ring announcements when they're announcing shit mid-card talent. Johnny the Bull, somebody! It's Rico the best.
Put down the
Rico!
Down to the last name too.
Only with the Japanese.
Yeah.
The Americans they do it.
Okay. I thought it would be like Palumbo Chuck. Something like that. Or Stamboli Johnny. That should have done that.
They got the Bull v the Bull, actually.
Yeah, you have got the Bull versus the Bull.
That should have done it.
He's dropped the Bull and it's the dog now.
The Bull.
Yeah, big brawl. We pair up. Bull barks as Taru and Taka take us back into the ring. The stiff kick and Taka trips up Taru. Buchanan is in. He corner clotheslines Taru multiple times. Does his step up clothesline? Yes.
He knows how to use the ropes, even in Japan.
Yeah, he's got a bit more timber now because Vince isn't shouting at him to take the roids. So Bull goes old school. Does quite an impressive float over neck breaker. It's almost like he's allowed to work.
It's only took it 20 years.
We found it! Yeah! Boss man's up! Yeah! He's done it! That's my boy.
He's been dead 4 years.
Tear in his eye. Rico lays in some kicks as he shows off his belly. Johnny stops the pin. Taka pokes the eye of Taru, but he's kicked down. Johnny the Bull is in. He slams Taka down. Chucky hits his big running boot and then stalling belly to back suplex. There's a spinning powerbomb by Johnny the Bull, and then Taro takes over. The ref is kicked down, and in the chaos, 2 Japanese workers run in to aid the Voodoo Murderers, who are Brother Yashi and Shuji Kondo.
I knew Brother Yashi. I knew him anyway with dreadlocks.
Dreadlocks, yeah.
I don't know with the other
Shuji Kondo, which I think this is the first sort of iteration of this group. I
Voodoo
think.
Murders.
Although I think it was actually set up by Mutter originally.
How to combat the roughly, because they was heel, and then they turned babyface, and then they fight these lot.
Yeah, and then they realise, well, you're called Voodoo Murder. You cannot possibly be babyface. I'm sorry.
You can't have a babyface murder. That's that good.
Murdering. Chaos everywhere now when Palumbo beats down Buchanan. Tucker is set up and a body bag is brought into the ring. Fights back. He's caught by Palumbo and hit with a sort of demolition device leg drop move. Tucker then is put into the body bag. Bull Buchanan blocks the bat. He sort of gets a big pop because they're like, oh, he's gonna fight back, but no, they just smash his hand to pieces with a baseball bat and a chair. Rico's in. It's a nice hip toss spine buster onto him, and then Taru lays in a heel kick to his balls. Palumbo hits a Samoan drop to Rico, and the Voodoo Murders win. They hold out their flag over Rico and Taka. I love that Taka's crawling, but inside the body bag. Amazing. The heels bail. Basically, Taru mocks the ROD, and Tucker and his group lick their wounds, but as just a standalone match, it does feel like it sets up this kind of feud.
Oh, yeah.
All very weird cast of characters.
Yeah.
But it was good fun, carnage, chaos, Japanese nonsense. That was how I enjoyed it. Sam?
I think it was strange. When I saw it, when I saw them, and I thought, okay, there's Rico. I knew Tucker was in from the thumbnail and stuff. And then Jamal appeared, so okay. And then the fucking FBI appeared. It was very strange. But again, we've done a few of these Japanese matches around this time where you just get his velocity.
Here's Goldberg over the road in the coin machine.
Taking his time. Chronic is waiting for him. Hurry up, mate. Don't we watch the Gold Dust match when it was Gold Dust?
Yeah, Gold Dust and Butter. Yes,
it's around this time. Japanese wrestling is just brilliant.
Oh, absolute bonkers. Absolute batshit. We're just going to have a bat. It's going to kick you in the balls and put you in a body bag. They have every running known to man. It still has to have a finish. It's just,
we don't do DQs and countouts.
They have two people join. They put him in a body bag, but then we do stuff. We do a bat to the other man's hand. We kick Rico in the balls, but then Palumbo just has to pick him up and do a slow drop. Like what?
Yeah, we've got to have a clean finish.
You know, it's a feud thing, the faction thing, which they'd like to do, and I thought it was done pretty well.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I didn't like the fact that the promo after Tucker is just there.
Yeah, I think they do that because they don't do backstage skits.
They always do that.
You needed it. You don't need that. It did just feel like, oh, now everyone will go out. Like,
but obviously, the big team v team.
Definitely.
And this will be the end.
Overall, I think I might have overestimated the Bull, if I'm honest. But he did do that lovely float over blockbuster from the old school road walk.
Still last.
Yeah. So the last move I saw of him was selling his hand really well and doing a really good float over. So, in my opinion, 9 out of 10. Yeah, he would see out his career pretty much teaming as part of ROD. I think he actually joins the Voodoo Murders at some point. With D'Lo, who is his regular running tag team partner in Japan. Which is
strange because the Fed hired D'Lo.
Not
lovely.
Not do anything with him for a year.
We can't be having these.
Absolutely. I am surprised though Bull never appeared for any sort of discernible run in TNA. It just stinks of TNA, doesn't it?
Even, well, obviously the next podcast is Brawl for All, and even he appears in TNA.
Yeah, that's what I mean, Mark Barton. Yeah. He stinks of TNA. I just thought he would have a little bit of a run.
Just have one match on...
Especially with the fact that he's got this Japanese run where you think,
yeah, exactly.
We'll do something.
Overall thoughts on Bull?
Nothing changes. I've just got a new shirt.
How dare you? Did a float over a Blockbuster.
He's dull. Hey, big man, that's it.
Not having it. Jack?
I think he was hamstrung by a few shitty gimmicks to begin in the WWF.
Yes.
And he never could recover.
I agree with that.
But he's got enough talent in ring to where he can be a solid lower card. I think, the RTC and Japan and where he's...
Yeah, it's definitely...
destroyed.
In terms of his career at the end, American audiences or Western audiences will definitely remember him for RTC. I doubt that the Japanese will want to think of him outside of Japan.
Remember him with fucking Tank.
I guarantee if that went over there, that would have
loved it. He would have been Joint Commission and Oz. He would have been the weirdest tag team in the world. But
Tank would have held Jushin Liger as well.
Brandon would have lost his mind if they turned while he was alive.
Oh dear. So, match of the run then. I'll start with you, Jack.
I'm going to go with the Los Guerreros match.
I'm going to go with the Voodoo Murders Rage match then.
I'll go for the X7 match.
You love it, no?
Yeah.
Just worst match? I mean...
A lot of them cack, but I just hate that debut of the Truth Commission so much. It's just so bad. It's a crap gimmick, and then we just do it so terribly. I hate it.
Definitely the Survivor Series 1997
No, that's
match.
awful. But the
It's so bad. I mean, this is a pay-per-view. This is your pay-per-view debut, and you are terrible. It's definitely the Survivor Series for me.
I'm going to go with the Quebecers match.
MVP?
Well, I could not pick Bull in his own podcast, but the iteration of Bull that I shall pick is the RTC Bull.
Oh, I shall pick Taz.
You both picked... Well, you picked Taz. I was going to pick Taz. I think I agree. It's got to be Bull. It should be Taz. But, I'm going to go for the dog Bull because I got confused by that. And I like it.
Dog Buchanan.
Dog Buchanan. And LVP?
I'm going to go Armageddon. I know I hate the Truth Commission, but the Armageddon is... I just so confused. At least I know what the Truth Commission
I
is.
can't understand why you get to the point of giving him theme, gear, and name, and then immediately lose to how he's It's got to be Armageddon.
Oh dear.
I'm going to go for Tank. At least in the Truth Commission, you could have
right.
been the other
He was
one.
getting
You've got the
battered
big
by a
tall
jobber.
monster, and you're the fat unit, and they replaced you
Yeah.
with Snotty Pat.
Well, he got battered by Rhino in the
Jobber Rhino.
So, yeah, I think Tank quite rightly gets the LVP.
Yes.
Well, there you have it, folks. That is Bull Buchanan reviewed, but we will, of course, end with a fantasy card all about the Bull and the Buchanan. Did we get 6 matches?
Yeah.
And I will start then with you, Sam, for your match number 1, Bull Buchanan's fantasy card.
My match number 1 is Bull Buchanan.
Yeah.
This is Brooks Jensen.
Yes, his son.
Yes. I'm putting his son over.
I'm glad you said that because I've put Bull Buchanan's son from NXT, can't remember his name. It's Brooks Jensen versus...
Couldn't you have...
I could have, yeah. I could have done that.
I forgot his name. He was on my
He's
roster.
Ben as well.
Is it?
His real name's Ben
This is
Buchanan.
Destined
Destiny.
versus Jerry Lawler, who hated Bull Buchanan in the
In
RTC.
life.
Probably beat him in Memphis as well.
I'll put over Lawler.
Well, I've got the Punisher
Mhm.
versus Brooks Jensen,
Yeah.
and I'll put over Brooks Jensen.
My next match is Bull Buchanan. Expect to hear that a lot.
Yes, that's mine.
Versus Kurgan. And I'll point out with Kurgan.
My next match is a tuxedo match. It's that's got nothing to do with Bull. It's Jim Cornette versus the Jackal. Because it's a manager's match, they must have a tuxedo involved. And I'm going to put over Jim Cornette.
The match we all wanted, B squared v Red Dog.
Yeah.
B squared wins.
Red Dog. Red
Right.
Dog.
B squared v Rodney Mack.
Yeah, you got that.
I'm putting over Rodney Mack.
You're dealing with the back militant. Kurgan versus D'Lo, and I'm going to put over Kurgan.
Recon versus Kurgan. Not Rayco. Kurgan wins.
Rayco's on it.
Sidewalk slam.
The next match is Bull versus Stevie versus Goodfather versus Val versus Ivory.
Put over Ivory.
No, he's going over.
Quite right.
But I don't think I'm going to have him win a match. Rightly so.
I've got the Goodfather, Val Venus, and Stevie Richards, or Stephen Richards, versus Jamal, Tucker, and Rico. And I'm going to put over the RTC.
Bull Buchanan, vest. versus,
What's the best?
versus Big Boss Man. Draw. Double DQ.
I've got Bull Buchanan and Bossman
Yes.
versus Seth and Roman.
Oh, yes.
The Shield.
Shield versus Shield 2.0.
Shield be the baton. I'm putting over the Shield.
Baton.
John Cena and Rodney Mack versus the Tank and Sniper. What a match.
Jesus Christ.
Put over Cena.
Cena, what are you doing here? Buchanan and Poirier. Armageddon. Versus Armageddon 1 and Armageddon 2 from FNW, who are Rosie and Jamal.
Jamal
was
obviously one of the teams. Well,
I think Jamal was 2 and Rosie was 1.
Well,
And I'm putting over FNW Armageddon.
this next match probably doesn't have anything to do with it, but it was the first match I thought of and I'm proud of it. It's Bull and Neil Buchanan versus Al Snow and the Head. What a match!
Oh, the head.
The Head. Because when I thought Neil Buchanan, I thought Al Snow could have the Head with him.
Send it to an
there's
off.
something beautiful about ending the podcast on Neil Buchanan going over.
That could be a schmoz, no contest.
Could be his dad.
It could end in a big heart attack.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Mine ends with Bull Buchanan versus the Big Boss Man, the feud that should have happened, and putting over the Bull.
And mine's Bull Buchanan, Bull Nakano.
Of course.
Bull Nakano is amazing, and I'm putting over Bull Nakano.
There you go, and that's what you get, Bull Buchanan. Are you happy we did a podcast on you and ended on Bull Buchanan going over you? That's what happened.
Nakano.
Bull, what did I say?
Bull Buchanan.
Going over himself. Yeah, gosh, that was
You did have your brother Neil.
He did have an heart attack.
He did go over the head. But if you feel that we have missed a bit of Bull Buchanan's career, or something that could have been on our fantasy card, let us know on our website, which is bettercallcreative.org, our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/BCCpod, or our Twitter, which is @BCCpod. Birthdays are over for the year, but we will be back with some birthday fun next year. I wonder what we will be doing then. I don't know yet.
Long time away.
Yes, but we will be back in about 6 months to see Jack take over the podcast in some form or fashion.
We'll be back to XPW or some bollocks like that.
I can feel it. That's what we do, folks. But we will be back in the month of August because we're rounding out the month of August in the best way as we crown the Brawl for All winner. We're going to check out when WWF made people legitimately fight and didn't expect injuries for absolutely no purpose. It's the Brawl for All from 1998.
It took us this long to do it.
It has, but we will then decide when we're going to give Bulldog his title shot because we're checking out Unforgiven 1999 when Bulldog did get his title shot.
But he forgets it.
And we are also checking out All Out 2022.
Great.
With Muffin and all.
Yes.
Yes. How am I supposed to work with these empty-headed fucks?
You gotta watch the post match then, sir.
Yeah, we've got to watch
The 2-hour scroll.
Well, maybe not all the scrum. I don't expect you to watch Jericho look awkward after it. But,
But he was there. He was there. He went and helped.
he did.
Even though he was sat there talking in the scrum.
I'm a fucking tree.
Yeah. And he wasn't in AAA. He just that podgy man in a mask that looked a bit Jericho shaped. It had nothing to do with him. But yes, join us as we dissect the end, or the beginning of the end, at the very least, of CM Punk and AEW on the night that CM Punk becomes AEW champion. AEW, what a joke.
Still is.
And Sam will enjoy watching 4 hours of it, getting annoyed, and then spending
that's just the pre-show.
2 hours of the podcast telling you how shit it is. Join us then, folks. But it leads me to say, from Armageddon number 1, it's Jack Jones.
Bye.
And from Armageddon number 2, it's
Goodbye.
Goodbye, folks.